world forged in blood, but torn by tragedy. In a time before gods were merely legends, there is a tale of a group of unlikely heroes who changed everything. They conquered their fears and the fears of God to save us all. This is their story.
I gave us no warning. Sorry. I was just staring at the intro and I was like, push the
countdown.
button.
Just completely cold intro.
We figured it out.
Welcome everyone to Constructed Chaos, where we run a D&D live stream every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Today we're running our Pokemon campaign, but one thing is unchanging, and that is our wonderful sponsor over at Tabletop Beard. Thank you, Tabletop, for so many sessions sponsored, so much fun had around the table, and so many good smelling beards. Speaking of, tonight I wanted to show off the Balbo's Beard Balm. Usually we're looking at their oils or their butters, which are mostly scented and help to moisturize your beard while also shaping it. But Balbo's Beard Balm is for, if you want to like twist your mustache into like little curls like the supervillain that you are. That is all I got to say about them. So let's run a quick ad for them and we'll pop right back. Welcome back, everyone. So if you didn't see already, you can use code CHAOS20 at checkout when you go to Tabletop Beard's website down below to get 20% off of your order. We were just talking to our pal Brad here. He said he picked up some recently and is enjoying it himself. So if you want your beard to smell good, look good, all that wonderful stuff, check out Tabletop Beard. And if you are interested in some other D&D streams, you should check out our friends at Darkport. I don't think my hand reaches all the way over there.
This is your hand?
Yeah, that's my hand. Check out our friends at Darkport. They run a much more high-stakes, really emotional campaign. It's very well produced. I am there most days. I did miss the session last night because I overslept, but I watched it all day today, and it's awesome stuff. Really, really enjoyable. Their link is also in the description. If you haven't checked them out already, go ahead. What are you doing? I think that's just about it. So, Sam, over to you, bud.
Yeah. So, last time we left off, I know it's been a while, so a little recap. And there's some new faces, some familiar faces, some faces playing different characters today. And we'll get to some of that in just a second. But last session, you guys were coming off the heels of a little trip to the future, where you guys failed and the world was ending. And upon making it into Iki, you were met with life still moving on, the world still functioning, but eager to not let that happen, that future come to fruition. You began talking to the town elder and other people throughout, and the elder kind of advised you guys that your plan was to go to Breakaway Beach to meet with Mugen's father. But if that plan leads to the end of the world, maybe maybe north, maybe to the nomads, the people who are originally of this land might be a better option, but it is ultimately up to you. And at that moment, Mugen got a message from his papa.
Papa. Papa.
Papa.
Yeah, calling him away, and Mugen, while agreeing that you all shouldn't go to the island, it was definitely in his best interest to go. So he left you all disappearing into the forest, reappearing what would have taken normally a week's travel on the shore of the Matsuri clan little territory looking out over Breakaway Beach, which is where we left him. But we did meet up with Joseph, a guard from the settlement.
Whose name is not Logan.
I don't know where I pulled that from, but his name was Logan in last session because I gave Alex the wrong information.
Was it? I actually am not sure. I had it Logan tonight for sure.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we changed it.
Maybe it was right last time. I don't remember. But it is Joseph, and he did. He's one of the guardsmen from the settlement. He met up with you guys and is just kind of helping you guys throughout town as per Professor Sycamore's request. And then we've got another character here whose name is there, Lucky, but we'll get to him in just a bit.
He's just lucky to be here.
He's just lucky to be here. No. And we last left off on the biggest cliffhanger I think we've had yet of someone calling out, "Presnick, my son." So this is where you've run off to.
You guys see Bresnik like cartoonishly freeze in his tracks, and his eyes go wide, and his hands actually are visibly trembling. What are you doing here, so far from home?
As you turn around, you see, I guess you all see a rather large man. Their hair is similar color to Presnick's, but you look at them and you're like, where did the genetics go? How is this massive man Presnick's father? And he's got a big mustache that's eloquently, maybe with some tabletop beard.
With some Balboa's beard ball. Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about alluding to that. But
yeah. Pulled out beyond the bounds of his face. And behind him stands a quite large, menacing, crystalline, four-legged creature. And what'd you ask him? You asked him, what are you doing here?
So far from home.
Yeah. I could ask you the same thing. If you wanted to come here, you could have just said, then I wouldn't have had to make this trek myself. In this backwater place.
It's actually quite interesting. I've learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah. Have you been? I don't even know what to tell you right now. Like what have you been doing here? Why did you run?
Would I know your dad?
Why did you steal property from the company?
Well, I just assumed that this could be a business venture for the company, and saw that you had ample help. I thought I might just take Zircon with me.
Give me a deception check. Or persuasion, I guess, whatever you're trying to do, at disadvantage. Because he is not wanting to believe you.
That sounded good.
I almost agreed with you, and then I was like, wait.
That's an 8.
What did I tell you about naming the property? It's a beldam. Zircon nonsense.
Well, it's interesting. I feel as though naming them is just a good way to make sure you understand which one you're talking to. Some of them are better at certain things, detecting certain energies. Zircon here is able to detect a very dark energy, has been helping the region to possibly thwart a great evil.
It's at this point that he looks to your hip, or wherever you keep your Pokeballs.
Mm-hmm. They'd be on my hip.
Oh. Well, regardless of that nonsense, I see you've acquired some of the technology here. Is that one of the things? Give it here, boy.
It belongs to.
Give it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Presnick, he's a frustrating human being. Why are you talking to him like that? What?
You of all people should
I'm sorry,
know.
did I talk to you?
No, but I talked to you.
Yeah.
I'll kind of like nudge Grayson, hoping that, nobody else sees.
Yeah.
I'm like
pipe
lean
down.
into Grace. I'm like, is he
I'll
all
pipe
right?
down. Huh?
Is he okay?
But
long story.
enough
We'll
about
figure it
me.
out.
What is it that you're doing here? What brought you to this land? What can I help you with?
Well, we're here to extend our reach.
Right. And that's exactly why I came. And I've I think I've made great strides.
There's pills for that.
To the stars above.
Yeah, no. Well, how so? Have you found any rare ores? Any unclaimed land where we can set up?
Not necessarily, but I have fostered a very hopefully fruitful relationship with the people of this land. If you would only allow me a little more time, I think maybe I could position myself within.
With that puny nothing beldam that was gonna honestly be left to peon work in the mines. I don't see how you could accomplish anything.
Zircon has proved quite useful, I'll have you know.
I don't buy it. He'd never end up like Metagross, the number one of our crew.
Strength isn't everything.
It is. I bet that thing couldn't even last 5 rounds.
I kind of look
against
down at Beldam,
Metagross.
and I'd imagine that he's kind of shying away a bit as well.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you. Yeah. How he would react. Hell, I'll even let you go up against Excadrill, the number 1 ranked of the Excadrill line, if you would rather that. But I don't even think he could do that.
Do I have a choice? We were kind
If you
of in
wanna
the
stay, you
middle of
do.
something. Am I to return with you?
Yeah. And take on a better Beldam and go and work in the mines so you can one day take over the company.
Zircon is my Beldam, and I will not have any other.
Well, he's got to win in a fight. As he whistles, and both Metagross and this smaller creature that you guys hadn't noticed before, which has a crystalline top, like hood, kind of a baseball cap looking thing, and 2 crystalline set of claws on either hand.
Ooh.
Step forward.
I imagine Presnick's met this individual before, and I'll kind of, hi.
He doesn't react.
I'll kneel down to Zircon. All right, buddy. This is just something we'll have to do. Do your best. That's all we can ask for, and we'll be done. We'll be away from here, and we'll never have to see them again.
I'll give you all the help. I'll give you 2 options, actually. Because I'm feeling generous. I've come all this way. The fresh air is doing me nice despite the poor accommodations that they have here and their ramshack houses and trees. Crazy people. You can either try to go 5 rounds one-on-one with either, or you can use all the Pokemon available to you for 10 rounds against both. So it'll be a 3v2 for 10 rounds or a 1v1 for 5 rounds.
I suddenly have no annoyance in my heart for Kenji any longer. It's been replaced.
I take out my other 2 Pokeballs and kind of look at them, weigh the options. I'll take you on, and I'll show you what caring for your Pokemon can do.
So you're doing the 3v2 or the 1v1?
I'll do the 3v2.
You hear Grayson under his breath.
Okay.
Period.
Place your minis. Sir.
Okay. Whew.
I'm being quiet because you nudged me.
What do you have over there that you're getting out?
I'll lean over to Grayson and I'll just say I got $5 on the big one.
You cannot bet against the president.
that thing.
Look, I understand
Look
that.
at
But
that
look,
thing.
okay, Blood Kit, by the way, is like seething with a
I don't
mouthful
have
of water
a
on my
Metagross
shoulder right now.
Excadrill.
It's like cheeks.
He is ready to
The
waterboard.
Gengar will be Metagross because it's big.
Okay.
And the Tangela will be Excadrill.
That's fair.
This is your man, by the way. As soon as he said it.
Oh God, yeah.
That's exactly.
That's
who I was
Whitebeard.
thinking.
Oh, no.
That's exactly who I had in mind.
I was like, what's that pirate's name from One Piece?
You can tilt it up and down too, Sam. Whatever you need to do.
I can shake my legs all I want.
Okay. So I need you to roll initiative.
All right. They each get their separate initiative, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, buddy, Zircon, he's scared. Let me know when you're ready for it, and I'll start reading them out to you.
I wasn't sure this guy had
1 second.
really good constitution.
Okay,
Probably
Zircon,
trying to
what
put
did he
him to
get?
sleep.
Zircon got a 5.
Okay.
No, poor
Lavender.
Zircon.
Oh, sorry, a 4.
Oh.
Lavender is going to get a 6. A little better. We're getting there. Come on, Fampy. Come on, Fampy.
Come on, Elmer.
Oh, yeah. There we go, Elmer. That's going to be an 18.
Okay.
Truly, he's the one that needed to do well
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna say probably the one who did best. Should have been the ground one.
Mhm.
So first up is actually Elmer.
Okay. As soon as I release the 2 extra Pokemon, Elmer pops out, and I will instruct him to bulldoze. That's a single target, right?
I believe so, unless it says that it's.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
has the opportunity to eventually become more if you want it to, but base it's a single target.
I'll instruct Elmer to rush the Metagross and kick up as much dirt as it can onto the crystalline body. Let's see. That's going to be a natural 1.
I have to say that misses.
Yeah.
No.
As Fanfi runs up and this Meta and
Yeah.
it's trampling up and this Metagross doesn't move. And maybe Elmer was expecting it to like kind of step back a little bit and
Right.
accidentally like has to stop early and stumbles into it. Yeah.
Okay. Elmer's going to stay there for the time being. Stay put, buddy. Be safe.
Yep. Next up is this Excadrill as it begins to sharpen its claws together.
Oh, boy.
And then it's going to put them together with its head, and it's going to jump into the air and spiral down into the ground and dig.
Ooh, okay. He's digging.
He's digging. So he
Grim.
Grim.
Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. New friends entering the Chaos Crew.
Oh,
I will be
yes.
adding your points here in just a moment. You as well, Grim. And they do work for our Pokemon streams.
Oh.
In case you want to help me out, you know.
It
I
seems
did
like
that.
we're gonna need
I did
it.
that just for me.
Yeah. It is now Lavender's turn.
Okay. Lavender is going to.
You've pretty well staggered yourself between all of them.
Do I think? No. Lavender is going to use Memento. As I command Lavender to target the Metagross and try and weaken it as best it can, you see Lavender's body actually begin to deflate. The smog becomes a thick black as it encircles the Metagross. It needs to make a charisma save.
Get wrecked. Oh, if we know anything about Zircon.
Yeah, that was my thinking.
That's an 11.
It exactly saves. Oh, no.
He's got a +1 and he rolled a 10.
Damn, dude.
He got exactly average on the roll.
Mudkip glares at him and silvery barbs is it. I'm just.
Yeah, silvery barbs.
So you see Lavender start to hurt herself, and this Metagross just is honestly single focused on Zircon.
Okay.
And so didn't even really notice
the smog just sort of like
was-
rolls over it. Yeah.
Didn't even let it break its gaze. And it is now Metagross's turn.
I will have Lavender move to be
like the smoke
here.
goes over
Okay.
in its eyes or like
Yeah,
looking
like
through the
through
smoke.
the
And
Yeah.
the Metagross, he's underground, is just gonna doof, 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 doof,
Oh, going straight for Zircon.
just
Oh
going
boy.
straight across.
Okay.
Now I will say that does provoke an attack of opportunity from
Fampy. Do I get to choose a move? Is that how that
I don't
works?
think we've done this yet.
Yeah.
And I don't remember because it's.
I mean, I don't know what else it
It's been 16
would be.
months since I set it up, at least. So yeah, you choose a move as long
Okay.
as it's touch based. If it's not touch based, then you have to do an unarmed strike.
As the Metagross begins moving past Fampy, I'll call out to Elmer, now's your chance! And that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, no, that hits. That
Yes!
hits by a lot.
All right, the distraction paid
Pokemon
off.
don't wear armor, so they're not too tough to hit.
That's 7 points of ground damage.
We should make Pokemon armor.
Ooh, 7.
that'd be
Yeah.
That's doubled to 14
Ooh, there we go, Elmer. There we go, buddy.
against this.
I
thing.
imagine, like, as the Metagross steps over him, Elmer just, like, sort of covers its head in rock and, like, just headbutts straight up into the belly of this Metagross.
So something I've neglected to mention about the Metagross that I meant to, and I apologize.
Oh, no.
But around each of its legs, it's got a bandolier of
Okay.
different evolution stones,
Oh.
and so
It can change types?
Literally.
it lifts up its front right leg
What color is it?
as a red stone begins to glow. And it makes, as best it can with its little claws, a fist as it goes to bring it down. onto
Okay.
Zircon.
Come on, Zircon. Come on, buddy.
Get wrecked, man.
That's a natural 2
Hell yeah.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a 20.
for a 10 total.
Where's the ACM? It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit. It exactly doesn't hit.
As it goes to bring it down, and because it's so confident and slow, Zircon's able to quickly snake around the arm as it lands.
Yeah.
And it's now underneath it. As
I
it's
imagine
looking
like
back
some of the
towards Zircon.
flames begin to cause a red glow within Zircon himself as he moves just barely out of the way. I'm like, be careful.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Not great. Let's see how much of a bonus I get for that.
I did roll a d20 if you do want to.
5.
5?
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I just rolled them real quick because we had 2 in chat.
You're
really busy, so-
yeah, I'm gonna take the 10.
Okay.
For a 12.
Thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Graham.
When you see Zircon dodge and Zircon begins to glow red, your father kind of raises an eyebrow. But it's
Okay.
Zircon's turn.
All right. Here we go, buddy.
He doesn't know. Scotty doesn't.
Okay. I mean, none of the normal moves are going to do a ton. Zircon, hold fast and wait for the drill Pokemon to pop up. Hit that Pokemon with a confusion.
Okay.
So it's going to
you're
hold
holding
its
your
action
until.
to hit the other
Excadrill
Pokemon the
comes
second
up.
it pops up.
Okay. Then next up is Elmer, and then Excadrill's on deck.
Okay.
And then
Did it look like the Metagross changed type defensively as well? Okay, no,
The
it was
glowing
just
is
for the
gone.
attack.
And
Okay.
it was just localized in that fist, And the fire kind of seemed to be emanating from the stone, not from really within Metagross itself.
Okay. In that case, I am going to...
I'll say, given your knowledge and that perception check, that's really easy for you to tell.
I'm going to instruct Elmer to go after Metagross and flank it.
Okay. Advantaged attack.
Strike from that side as it goes in for another bulldoze. That is a non-natural 20.
That hits. That misses.
Ooh, only 3 damage. 3 ground damage this time.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you, Anthony, for that D20. My bad, Grim. I got it mixed up. Feeling to call
Anthony Pace! Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you in the chat, friend.
Sam, what's the name of this channel that...
Boarding party.
There you go.
They're the ones who have made the Google Sheets that I use. I've populated it with all homebrew Pokemon, but they've helped out, and they're actually working on their own system right now with completely original IP. But it is gonna be Excadrill's turn.
All right.
As let's see, it heard Metagross. Oh, it's gonna burrow speed, so it can see. Seeing that Elmer's doing the most damage, it's going to come up after Elmer.
Okay. When it surfaces, does this happen at the same time, or...
I'm going to say it comes up under Elmer, so it's going to hit
So it's going to
Elmer,
hit,
and
okay.
then the confusion's going to go
All right.
It gets advantage whenever it comes up. That's why I rolled 2.
That makes sense. I mean, it's unseen.
Yeah.
I get it.
But I don't know if that's going to... Well,
You're probably going to hit.
yeah, probably going to hit. 14?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Poor little squishy Elmer.
Oh.
It sounds like a whoopee cushion as it's struck.
That's only 8 ground damage.
Okay. Halved, I believe, right?
No, ground does not resist ground.
Why?
Ground resists rock.
We had this conversation last time I was here.
Man, that's silly. But yeah. Okay, so you said 8?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay,
He's gonna come
Elmer's
up.
not looking great.
He's going to come up right behind Elmer. Like that. And then Confusion, he has to make a wisdom save, right?
Yes. Wait, it might be intelligence. Let me double check. Because there's 2 saves in it. It's int for the first.
Okay. He's worse at that. So that's
Is he really?
It's a 12 minus 3. So he got 9.
Wow. Okay, yeah, he fails.
He dumb. He smashed rock.
Oh, I'm thinking of Metagross. That's why.
do good.
Yeah. Oh no, Metagross has a +4 to intelligence.
Yeah. 6 psychic damage, and now it has to make a wisdom save or be confused.
That's a 0.
Wow. Okay, it's confused now.
So confusion is somebody. Can somebody pull that up on your stats for me? Your real quick.
Somebody
I think
that
it's
isn't
evens
me,
and
I'm
odds,
sorry.
and it takes a turn or it takes damage.
Roll D100, 40 or higher, and you may attack as normal, otherwise deal damage to yourself
40.
equal to one of your
40 or higher. 40 or higher? That doesn't sound right.
40 or higher.
I'll make it 50.
Oh, okay.
I think it should have been 50-50.
Hey,
Okay.
I like that. Mid-battle buff.
It is Lavender's turn.
Okay. Seeing what happened last time, I think...
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Joseph. Gotcha. While he's thinking. And Lucky, give me a stealth check.
I don't say anything. I just kind of look around Metagross and see Lavender hovering in the background, and I...
17.
And so Lavender's going to hover back here and deploy a smog that's only going to hit...
Okay.
Yeah.
I get a stealth check of 17 as well.
You catch someone kind of peering out from behind one of the huts at the battle going on.
All right.
Like a lot of the town is like
I was gonna
a
say-
battle's just broken out in the middle of
probably
town.
not super surprised.
But there is somebody who's like kind of peeking out from the edge.
Yeah, I don't really pay it any mind because I mean it's just a big fight in the middle of town.
Wait, can I see if I notice it?
What?
Can I see if I notice it?
Yeah, you can make a perception check too.
Sick.
I just figured as the guard, he might be more prone to like scanning the surrounding area,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
let him. But if you want to,
No, it's okay.
yeah, you're focused on the battle. Right?
I'm worried about Presnick,
Uh,
and I'm pissed at his dad.
the Drillber, is that what it is?
Excadrill.
Excadrill needs to make a con save. Probably good at these, but
No.
oh,
It's an 11. It gets a -1.
haha, that works.
Excadrill stupid. Excadrill dig. He dig rock. He find rock.
As Excadrill exits his hole and sort of like recenters himself, he's confused. He's wobbling all over. Suddenly, a cloud of smog overtakes him and stops like directly past him. He's gonna take
Helmet
3
feels a chill up
points.
its back.
3 points of poison damage, and becomes poisoned. I don't know if they can have multiple. Well, confusion isn't.
It is not. So yes.
Ah, yes, yes. I am the status. I have the status team.
There you go. Okay. And it is Metagross's turn. Metagross is going to seeing Zircon dodge and feeling these hits from Elmer behind.
No, not my little Elmer boy.
Is going to dig his claws into the ground, and you see like energy begin to pulse into him as the crystals begin to grow more, much akin to Zircon's crystal defense.
Crystal defense. Okay,
Only he's got to pull it from the earth.
gotcha.
So there's a smog cloud going on back there?
Yeah,
There is a,
Okay. Where are you at, Presnick, in relation
it's a 15-foot radius. I imagine I'm like somewhere over here. Look, I'll just be Shuckle. Because Shuckle is like in my party. I'm back
Yeah.
there.
And this will be your dad.
Oh my God, my dad's a bear.
Accurate.
See that?
Oh, good. Did the smog hit him too?
Yeah, is he in the... Yeah, he gets confused. He gets poisoned.
We'll put him over there.
That would still hit him.
Oh, it's centered on. That's right. That's right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
poisoned.
immune. Yeah.
Okay. No, let me not... No. You nudged me.
Well, yeah,
I'll be quiet.
what were you gonna do?
I was going to get Charmander to sneak into the smog and go fight Metagross with...
Well, there's
do you
not a
want to?
smog on Metagross, but I mean, it's on
Oh, I thought
it was-
Excadrill.
Oh, my bad. I have
Yeah,
it
yeah.
swapped.
It's 15 out from Lavender.
I as Alex would not be upset about that. Presnick might be, but you know, you
It's up
do
to
you.
you.
Okay, I'm gonna
The game is to live 10 rounds. It's not to kill Metagross.
Yeah.
I'll throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
I would
It
know
is-
your dad from growing up, right?
You've heard of him, definitely.
Okay. He doesn't work for the same company that my mom and them own, right?
No.
Or not own, whatever it is.
No. Your parents are more like royalty, like their money
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
money.
yeah.
They don't really like
Got it, okay.
have a business.
That's what I was... Okay.
Yeah, whereas they own like an empire of industry.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Presnick and not say anything, but you'll definitely see me whisper into Mudkip's ear, and then you'll see Mudkip just... and-
Bloodkip is on the move.
Okay, yeah, put Mudkip out and roll me initiative for it, and we're actually at the bottom initiative, so wherever Mudkip falls, they'll go.
I'll say right there.
But Zircon, it is your turn.
Okay. I mean, since the Excadrill is still out, I think Zircon's just going to do the same thing. I imagine it's looking up at Metagross as the crystals are building, and I'll call out to him and be like, "Never mind that. Hit the Excadrill. He's weak."
Okay. What you going for?
Confusion again. So int save. I keep wanting to roll things.
I thought he was going to say for the eyes.
He got a 1. Not natural one, but a 1.
All right. So that's going to
You
be...
found the stupid one.
now it needs... Well, it's already confused,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So 3 psychic damage is what it dealt. Keep rolling 1s on my d4s there.
Damage is damage.
It is. Dabblage be
I was
dabblage.
just about to say dablages.
Okay.
Do
So
the
Mudkip's been rolled in. Mudkip rolled a 7, so you're going to go after the Excadrill, but it is back to the top of the initiative with Elmer.
Okay. Alma, don't mind the crystals. Try again. And we're going to see if we get an advantaged attack to hit. That's 2 11s for a 15.
That hits.
All right.
That hits.
Elmer and this
Just barely,
bulldoze
but it
are
hits.
putting in work. Like glass cannon mon over here. Oh, it's a D6.
Is there any way to like determine, like, I guess the strengths of some other Pokemon on the field, like to investigate, like?
Yeah, if you want to make like a Pokemon handling check, or a perception check, either one, kind of depending on what you're trying to figure out.
Gotcha.
If you're just trying to figure out like types or moves, I would say probably like a perception or insight. But if you're trying to figure out like, does this thing want to fight or not,
No,
that might
no,
be.
no.
I'm sorry, the other way around. Pokemon
I
handling
haven't
would be
switched
for the
back.
stats and whatnot. Insight perception if it's like wants to fight, demeanor, all that other kind of stuff.
15. Thank you, Grim.
15 in the chat.
So Elmer,
Yeah.
you rolled. You hit.
Sorry. 5. So double to 10.
Yeah.
There we go,
On the
Elmer.
Metagross. Next up is Excadrill, and it has to.
Dare I
gosh,
ask how these mons are looking?
roll the poison damage? They are not bloodied. Roll the poison damage, and I'm gonna roll the D100 for.
3 points. Another 1 on this D4.
I rolled the wrong dice for D100. I didn't know which one was. They were both 10s. Oh my gosh! I bumped it up to 50. Right. 49.
Get confused.
So how much damage did it take?
3.
3. And then,
Stupid.
what did it say? It says it hits itself in confusion.
Let me double check.
It does
I don't.
a hit die.
A hit die of damage. Okay.
I'd like to throw out Tater Tot and just have him like floating around me while everyone's going on.
Okay.
Which one's Tater Tot?
My Magnemite.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, because it hits itself. That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he does nothing. Mudkip, it's your turn.
Oh yeah.
You've been
Okay.
incapacitated.
I will
Excadrill.
say I call out to my dad in the midst of all this, and I'll just remind him. Brawn is not everything.
So Excadrill's down right now.
Excadrill is
Oh, it's
confused
very
and
much not
poisoned,
down,
but he's
yeah.
not bloodied. No,
Oh, okay.
even after all that,
So
he's actually taking less damage than Metagross.
keeping in mind that I probably need to hide, or at least not let them know that Bloodkip's helping. You said the small cloud stops like right here, right?
Yeah, it's like literally just on Drillbur
That's what I thought.
or Excadrill. Sorry,
Um,
I'm imagining this other
The big
mon.
one. It's got the big metal claws with the crystal.
I'm gonna have Bloodkip run basically. So he's 30 feet, so it should be enough. I'm gonna have him run right here.
All right.
This side of the cloud. And if I need to be in it, I can be. That's not
Roll
a
me
big
a
That-
deal.
stealth
that would
check.
be
Roll
outside
me a
of
stealth
it.
check for Mudkip.
It's like tiptoeing along.
Well, so if I also was debating using
with
dig.
like very
So I could do
low
that.
death metal music playing in the background.
What did you say? Stealth check?
Yeah.
It's like a Pomeranian walking.
14.
Roll it again. I know it's supposed to go to the roller, but I made you roll it, so.
10.
Okay. Presnick's dad, his gaze does not leave Presnick and Zircon.
Period.
And I'll even say this while you're looking at them to make sure Mudkip's going unnoticed. Maybe ready to jump in with like a go Presnick to try to distract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should you need to. You see.
I would start arguing with the dad.
I'm sorry. You see Presnick's dad is very intrigued by Zircon.
Oh, don't like that. Don't like that.
I'll kind of nudge Presnick, and so I know you told me to be quiet. Mudkip's gonna go take care of Excadrill, so you can, do what you got to do. You should probably watch your dad around Zircon. I don't think he knew Zircon was as special as he is.
Zircon, stop trying so hard.
Perfect. There we go. And then I am going to water gun Excadrill.
Go for it.
What is it?
This is
Stop it.
Does a 7 hit?
No.
Oh. Darn.
Their ACs are not that low. They're not as high as normal D&D.
You just see
stuff.
Mudkip
But he's
shoots into the
confused
cloud and hits at his feet.
poisoned. Like maybe he can't
And he's
move.
shooting through a smog cloud. So
Yeah.
if anything,
Yeah,
I wasn't going to
that's
bring any
fair.
of that
That's
up.
fair. That's fair.
okay, it is Lavender's turn though.
Okay. I think Lavender's just got to do the same thing here. Push out another smog. So con save from the Excadrill. I said it right this time.
And Mudkip.
I'm proud of you.
And Mudkip?
You said you were getting in the smog cloud or no?
I was going to be on the outside of
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
but
if you're trying to just keep the smog cloud between you and the dad.
Yeah, that was kind of the...
Okay. I'll give it that. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah. No,
Yay! I like when you get frustrated.
I like when you get upset.
Well, he's got negatives in all the stats that you're making him roll. He's got high pluses in the other ones, and he's rolling bad.
Good avoid those.
4 points of poison damage.
Thank God.
He's already poisoned, so
Yeah.
doesn't need to make a save or anything. But
No. Okay. Yeah. No. He gets hurt. You see, just Lavender just keep pumping more of that smoke out as the Excadrill's like.
oh, Lavender heals a little bit too from the black
He's hitting
sludge.
himself in the face and he's taking damage and
Oh, he's-
having a good old fight against himself.
So, as a spectator, how far out are we from the action here?
I'd say where Presnick is, which is represented by the Shuckle. You guys can be that close or further back. I wouldn't
Okay.
say that you're any closer.
Range-wise, in terms of feet, for no particular reason.
So from where Shuckle is,
You're figuring it out. You're figuring it out.
you would probably be 10 to 15 feet from
Perfect.
Metagross,
But that's
and then probably about 30 to 40 from Excadrill.
perfect.
Kind of following this up. How far am I?
I'll let you pick
For
which
no
house you would have been
particular
hiding
reason.
behind that.
Okay. Can I do the Tony Chopper where like I'm holding the wall but like I'm doing it the wrong way?
he doesn't understand the reference, but I do.
It's like I'm trying to peek behind the wall but I'm doing it from the wrong side.
Yeah.
So all of this is visible.
Yeah,
But your face is behind the wall.
it's a character trope in One Piece for the little reindeer man.
I know who Chopper is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and I don't know how this would work, but I'm gonna whisper something to my Magnemite. He doesn't have ears, so I don't know how whispering works in that context.
This is the
But I'm
vibration.
gonna
Yeah.
quietly just tell him a little something. And
You plug
let
in your
y'all-
headphones and you whisper into the little mic.
I put in some like Bluetooth
has an auxiliary
earbuds, pairs with them.
You take your shoes off, you find a rug, and you start rubbing your feet against it.
Yeah. I just tell him a little, just whisper
Okay.
a little secret.
Is he joining in the initiative?
He's
Do you
just
want to roll
hanging
him
out
in?
with me. He's
Oh,
floating
okay.
around my head.
Okay. Do you want to roll him in or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Secret.
Will Plays Games has entered the chat.
Yes, he has.
Is that Will?
A god
Yeah.
amongst men.
Okay. Lavender just went, so it is Metagross. Yeah. Metagross is
Will
gonna-
rolled a 15 too.
Yeah.
Come on, heavy ears.
And then we also
I
have a
don't-
D8.
That's a good
as
question.
well.
Because you just mentioned it, now I'm thinking about it.
Metagross
Right,
is
yeah,
not even
that's
going to
a really
turn to
good
look
question.
at Elmer, but one of the back legs is going to lift up, and you see a blue stone begin to glow as water swirls out from around
no.
the foot as it goes to back stomp Elmer.
Okay.
It's going to be a straight roll because confusion from Excadrill.
Ooh, what a generous man. I love you. Thank you. Thank you,
It's
sir.
going to hit, though.
Oh, no, I hate you.
That's a 20-something.
So as a reaction, I'm gonna lean into Tater Tot and I'm gonna say, "Go on, buddy, get him!" And he's gonna fire off magnetic field, which gives that disadvantage as a reaction.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
So you see Metagross go to hit, and his foot kind of gets stuck as Tater Tot points the magnets at it, and we'll see how.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Magnemite.
I think it's still gonna hit because he's got a +8.
Oh, God. Yeah, you need a 1. Okay, yeah. I mean,
So you see it get stuck, and it looks at Magnemite or Tater Tot, and Tater Tot goes, "Whoa," and then the foot releases in it.
It's just enough time for me and Elmer to make eye contact before he turns into glue. God damn.
Just lean in and say, sorry, buddy.
No, he's an elephant, not a horse. It's okay.
How much damage is it gonna do though?
13 total.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean he's out, but it didn't outright like kill him. I don't know if
Kill
we're
him.
playing those
Ouch.
rules, but okay. Elmer is
We are.
down as Metagross lifts its leg back up. You just see a crumpled little elephant splayed out its ears.
And there's water.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too. Zircon similarly begins to glow that blue color.
Ooh.
So-
Does that raise any suspicion towards me for like interfering with the fight? There's no
No.
like visible component
No,
to a magnetic field,
I don't.
right?
I don't think the dad would have noticed. Like,
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing
Gotcha.
except for Tater not doing this. But he's like I said, he's
To throw him
focused
off
on
the scent,
Zircon.
I'm
Yeah.
also just sitting there right next to him.
This is how I watch things.
Frame the whole battle.
No, that's dope. I mean, that was a valiant effort, but
That was really cool.
That was
like
really
just like the magnetics of a steel type Pokemon. Like yeah.
Just trying to just throw his feet away.
So, Zircon, it is your turn, and then Elmer. Oh, Elmer's. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Does he need to make death saves? Like how does that
You
work?
can recall him. Remember, you can take a turn on any of your Pokemon's turns to.
In addition to theirs, right?
In addition. You
Yeah,
get-
I
you
thought
get-
I
you get an
remember that. I
action,
just
basically.
okay. I'm gonna have Zircon keep beating down on this.
You could even do the cheesy thing, call him back, heal him, and throw him back.
Do I feel like
Just gonna
Zircon could channel some of this like water energy that it detected?
Give me either insight or Pokemon handling
Oh, I think I'm better at Pokemon
with
handling.
advantage because this is your partner Pokemon.
How many turns have passed? Like, where are we at in this whole ordeal?
As soon as Zircon goes, it'll be the 4th turn.
Oh, God.
Zircon's last in the
Can I-
initiative.
That's not
Don't
what I
forget about
wanted to
Mudkip.
hear.
Do I get a
was
bonus
hoping
with my
at least
research tools?
six.
What is it?
Do I get a bonus with my research tools?
Jeez.
Yeah, you, well, what is it? Plus
3.
Plus 3, yeah. You can't use them, but I'll say you have researched Zircon before, so that's why I'm giving you the plus.
Gotcha.
with it.
Okay, well then that's a 24.
You gather, given Zircon's interactions with other stones, he could channel any of the stones that are on Metagross's legs right now.
Okay. Seeing Metagross mostly like ingrained in the earth, I'm gonna instruct Zircon to basically run through and sort of somewhat protect Elmer as I like recall.
So he's gonna circle around.
Well, like go under basically.
Yeah, but like strafe around, and then basically not leave the the area of attack.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna recall on Zircon's turn.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have Zircon try and do what Metagross just did. Do it on the Excadrill.
Okay, give him the same thing, water.
Yeah,
Okay, give me a
with the stone on its back leg.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's fair. Give me a concentration check, and I'm gonna lower the DC because that is you're getting next to the leg too.
This is a hostile learning environment.
Concentration check.
Con save.
Con
That
save.
came in hot. So
Okay.
Can you say?
No, it's all right. I just. Why am I
You're
rolling two dice?
trying to channel that energy.
This family
Not good.
gathering's hot like
4.
You see Zircon begin to swirl it in, and what attack are you trying to do?
I guess maybe like water pulse because it's kind of like confusion.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Give me a D20 roll
Okay.
and add your dex to it.
Oh, good. I wish you just left that last part out. That's a nat 1, so 0.
So you see Zircon begin to channel as that blue energy begins to glow even more. And you see its eye go wide out of like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
As it shoots wildly as like water. It's not a full circle ring water pulse, but like water
Yeah.
shoots out, kind of like a weaker water gun
Like a
that would
water
have come
shotgun.
from Mudkip. Shoots out from its face.
I
It's
lean,
just like I just did that.
I lean over to Grace and I'm like, I did bad on purpose.
No, that was pretty good. No, you did.
And it is Excadrill, so roll the poison damage now.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll the right D100.
6 poison damage this time.
Angel of Darkport
37,
said
so-
the new silvery bars is magnetic field.
Because it doesn't get the modifier.
Okay, and he rolled a 37, so he's not going to take his turn, and he's going to hit himself for 4 damage.
Hell yeah.
He
I don't
is
know.
bloodied.
Oh, we might take this guy down.
Excadrill?
Excadrill's bloodied.
Period.
And it is Mudkip's turn.
Yeah, it is.
We got some 15s in the chat too.
Oh, we do. I don't even need to go in. Okay. Seeing my good friend Zircon hitting him in the cloud, I'm gonna just try to water gun him again. What is happening?
You take a 15.
Yeah,
Take a
I'm just
15.
gonna take the 15.
I think there were 2 of them because Grim did one. Oh, you used the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you use it. You got it.
None of my dice are doing great right now.
You can use my dice.
I'm just
17
excited. I
to
usually
hit.
can't use these.
17
Switch,
very
I
much
saw
hits.
you switch.
Like, I was like, come on, you guys. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't pull out a...
Oh, yeah. Here you go. It's the big numbers, but, it's fine.
6 water damage.
Okay.
Double to 10.
Yeah. 6? Double to 12.
Double to 12. I can do math.
I was like, I can do 10 if you want.
My character's a really smart scientist.
You-
I am not.
You guys can see. Presnick's dad cannot. Mr. Welber.
Good.
As as this Mudkip taking a second studying Excadrill's like crazy move patterns as it's confused and it's hitting itself and it's poisoned, so it's wincing every couple seconds, and then takes aim and shoots a powerful water gun straight at the center of this Excadrill, doing some
Nice.
massive damage. He is now full into is it mortally wounded range?
Zircon, like that. Like that.
It is Lavender's turn.
We'll work
Okay.
on it, Zircon.
Damn. Wait. Steel is immune to poison.
I don't roll immunities because that'd be boring to be like, you just can't hurt it.
So it's
Unless
half-
it's like a legendary Pokemon, it might have some immunities,
Yeah.
but like basic Pokemon, they're just normal resistances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have been halving all the poison damage you've been telling me to do.
Okay. Gonna do. It's gonna try and memento Metagross again.
That's a
I
save for
think it has
Metagross?
to move in a little bit for that. Yes, it is a charisma save.
That's cocked.
What
It rolled
is
an
it?
11 again.
No!
10 plus 1 again.
God. Okay. Damn.
Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, Lavender has black
It's got its
sludge,
back turned. Yeah.
so it's like regaining health
Yeah.
and then spending it. So
That'd be
it's now
Lavender.
taken. Oh no, I typed in the wrong spot. Undo. There we go.
So it is Metagross's turn. If that's it for Lavender.
That is it for Lavender, sadly.
And Metagross is going to turn around, bringing up that red claw again. It's going to go to try to bring it in. As it brings up its hand, fire begins to swirl around.
This, if you guys are wondering, the thumbnail we're using today, that's exactly what it looks like right now.
Yes. Because Zircon is trying to fight.
And he's like, oh god!
It's Excadrill's POV.
Yep.
It's above a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Oh no. Zircon, buddy. Oh, buddy.
That is 8
Plus?
Plus.
Plus?
Not plus.
2. So that's 10 total, doubled to 20.
Oh god. Okay,
As it
Zircon
hits.
is still up, but looking like he's in the Bidoof range right
and
now.
it is Zircon's turn.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell Tater Tot just like we gotta do something here, but so he's like on standby.
Yeah.
He's like twitching around. Like he's
I see Zircon like kind of panicking and like wobbling nervously, and I'm gonna call out to him. Don't let fear take hold. Do it right back to him. Same thing.
Okay.
In his face.
I'll let you roll the concentration check Well, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. That is going to be 13.
Okay. And then roll me the con save at advantage.
Yay!
I'm sorry. I'm like coming up with the difficulty of this on the fly. So I'm trying to think of like
19.
Yeah. So you see Zircon begin to swirl with this fire energy. His eye turns red in the center with the same fire as it's reflecting off of Metagross in front of him and back into Zircon's
Just like that,
own
buddy.
eye.
Just like that.
As he lifts into the air to eye level with Metagross. And what does he do?
Heck yeah.
He fire punches.
Okay.
Yeah, he basically spins on his axis as the backside of his body connects with Metagross's head.
I'll do you one better. Zircon begins to glow as he lifts up to meet Metagross's eye. As he grows into two and actually fires Metagross in the face, square in the noggin. I don't have it set up yet, but I'll just give you Metagross's damage. Roll me 2d8 plus 4.
That's what you've been rolling? Jeez.
Oh my god.
2d8.
I just rolled 2 8s. 20 damage, double to 40.
Oh my god.
I'm high on life right now.
You see Metagross rocked back
Look at
onto
that.
its
That was
knees.
so good.
You see Metagross rocked back onto its knees as your dad steps in. Whoa! I think that's enough. I think you've definitely proved yourself. That was quite impressive. Do you choose to stop? Or are you going forward?
President hesitates, but in that moment, as a bit of anger flashes across his face, you see it quickly turn to inward reflection as he sees Metagross cowering on the ground and remembers that this is just probably another
Aw.
Pokemon that is a victim
Yeah.
of
His dad.
his father. Shakes his head and just returns all three of his remaining 2 Pokemon.
As soon as I see the red beams, I'm gonna say they're red beams, shoot out to return the Pokemon, I'm gonna look over at Mudkip and just point downward, and he'll use Dig to come back to me.
Okay, to sneak away.
Yep.
I kind of been like clocking what's happening and watching what's happening. Can I just walk up and stand next to Joseph?
Yeah. Would you you saw him. Would you?
I don't know who you are, but I just
Yeah.
look over. I was like, that was badass.
I just give you a nod, like.
As your newly evolved Metang. I just updated the stats. It should populate in the sheet.
I do the classic Pokemon thing. Oh, look, there he is. I do the classic Pokemon thing where I look at the ball after I've returned him. Good job, buddy. You did it.
Nice.
Then
I
put him up.
grudgingly give Grayson $5.
I just take it, put it in my back pocket, act like nothing happened, and I look over and I go, never doubt Bloodkip.
No, that was good.
President's feeling really confident in this moment, and I would think he's gonna look towards his father. Perhaps I have learned something here, and perhaps you could stand to learn something as well.
Don't get cocky, son. I'll let you stay, but you're owed to run the company. And if what you've done here with that weakling shows anything, it'd be a shame to see your skills go to waste.
And here
When
you
could
are.
be training things like this one, as he points back to Metagross. He doesn't have Pokeballs, so his Pokemon are still out.
And here you are missing the point yet again. He was never weak.
Anyway, Metagross, pick up the idiot. We're gonna go meet Sycamore. As Metagross stands back up and picks up Excadrill just puts it on top of him as he
The
starts
poison
to...
confused.
He puts him on top of Meta.
You maybe even see Metagross,
He
the
throws up dirt.
claws retract and shoot really fast as he bullet punches it to just knock it out. Just to knock it unconscious while they're walking. So he doesn't throw up on him, hurt himself, or do anything else. Yeah. That was it.
That's good.
You had to make it 10 turns, or the secret initiative was get Zircon to evolve.
Nice.
It was getting hairy there. I wasn't sure I was going to make it 10 turns, but let's not stick around.
No, not if your dad's going to be around here. I have suddenly lost my distaste for Kenji completely.
Kenji's great. You held distaste for him?
I did not say he was great. That did not come out of my mouth.
It didn't have to.
President's dad, can you come? No, I'm just kidding.
I am going to. You had done something from like out of the corner, right?
He walked up and he's standing by Joseph right now.
I'm just standing next to Joseph.
Yeah.
So
That's how I was like.
so like this whole fight ends and like you turn around and next to Joseph is like a I don't know a Dragonborn, no, like a
Charizard, Pokeball, go!
a human who doesn't look too strange except for the fact that they have a pot on their head, like a stew pot, just like positioned on their head like a helmet,
Okay.
and wearing very simple, kind of faded gray-blue clothes. Nothing outlandish other than the pot.
I'll just
on
go
their-
over and I'll just like knock on the pot on top of your head and just be like, you all right in there?
I'll pull it back and be like, stop that.
Okay.
I look over and I see the pot on your head and I look you up and down and I just go over and like look at President and I go, this better not be another Kenji.
I don't think anyone could be a Kenji, but the best we could hope for is someone close.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Presnick.
Oh, very nice to meet you. You did a wonderful display.
Thank you.
Who are you?
Oh, my name's Lucky.
Lucky.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Lucky.
Nice to meet you too. What's your name?
My name's Joseph. It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you. Oh, yes.
I thought you were Logan.
No.
No? I'm Joseph.
Never been Logan. Not a day in my life.
I saw this fight happening and I was so enamored with the battle, but then I saw the restraint that you showed in that fight, letting them walk away. Amazing, incredible. You showed so much respect for that Pokemon.
Well, thank you. I've known that Metagross since I was a child. It hasn't always been cold to me.
Oh, so this wasn't the first time you two met?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, well, still, pleasure to meet you. This was maybe not pleasurable for you to do, but it was nice to watch.
Well, you're welcome to tag along and see some more if you'd like.
President, we have no idea who this human being is.
We could use all the help we can get.
This dude's just some.
He has a pot on his head. Joseph, back me up.
I see it.
Thank you.
He's definitely a pothead.
Are you a cook?
I've heard about those before. You don't trust them.
Everyone smokes an orangeberry once in their life.
Whoa.
Gosh.
And, like the tater tot's gonna like float around his head and just kind of like latch on to the pot. He's not gonna like do anything. He's just like stuck to it.
I'm gonna hold the handles like, whoop.
He's hanging out up there.
Please don't take it
Yeah,
off.
don't mind him. He's got jokes.
I've actually never smoked orangeberry, but my shuckle does make a really nice gummy substance.
Hey, no, it is.
I thought you were going to reference the shape of the shuckle. I've seen some things for orangeberries that are shaped like shuckles. It's quite an experience.
So what's going on with the pot on the head?
It's so they can't read my thoughts.
That's fair.
Jesus Christ.
Psychic Pokemon really. Yes, thank you.
There it is. It's in the Pokemon campaign now.
I look back over at Preslick and I go, yeah, it's another Kenji, all right.
I think he might be better.
Oh, I don't know about that, but by the way you talk of him, I'd love to meet him.
I'm gonna.
I think you get along great.
I already have Drowsy out. I'm gonna lean down and look over at you and, hey, Drowsy, can you like, does that actually do anything? And I'm not gonna ask him to do like confusion or anything like that, but I would ask him to like,
Just see if he can
Just-
make a connection.
I forget what we've typically done.
I don't
for
remember
those.
either.
I think it's just what's higher, his wisdom or is it intelligence?
they're the same actually.
Then let's get an insight check from him.
Perfect. I don't want to use either of you now. 19.
No.
It doesn't work.
It just goes right through.
Wait, so he can't like get to his thought. So it does work.
No, it doesn't. Oh, Drowsy's attempt does not work. Hat does work.
Okay. Drowsy kind of. Oh. Fascinating.
Back to my science.
Where'd you get that pot?
I'll give you. You rolled really high. I'll give you something better than that. Drowsy can't seem to lock on to his thoughts. They seem muddled.
That could just be the guy.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm just gonna play along, you know.
It seems like there's like almost two separate conversations going on.
In his head, I don't need another one of those.
That-
The Drowsy's,
surprising.
Yeah. So you just happened across us casually, no nefarious reasons, no.
I have my reasons, maybe not nefarious. I've been looking into something that I believe you may be familiar with.
Why you hesitated when you responded with not
He
nefarious?
said maybe not nefarious.
Have you seen one of these before? And I lift up the little pot, and there's a lit wick that kind of comes out on top of my head.
So you gather that Drowsy was reading Litwick and his thoughts at the same time, and that's why Drowsy couldn't get anything.
Actually, yes.
nothing to do with the
we
pot.
have. Bigger question. Where did you get that Pokemon from?
I found Joan on a walk, and I had, for some reason, noticed that Joan had had a lot of injuries, and I had thought, who was abusing this Pokemon? And eventually, as I spoke with Joan and gathered my thoughts and looked at the environment, I started to think, there's something else going on. And I started to notice there was this darkness around the land, so I named it. And then I heard it had a different name over here. I believe you call it something like, I'm kind of fishing for them to finish
The
the
Shade.
sentence. Oh, and I call it the Shadow Government. And I know that they are abusing Pokemon,
You visibly see Grayson just.
and I will stop this shadow.
So you got Litwick from around here.
Yes, on my walk.
Around here.
On my walk here.
I don't know why you're looking at me. This is, he has all the information.
My brain
he
is
needs.
rolling through it. I just gotta look around.
Listen, we have been fighting this Shade, and if the Shadow Government or the Shade or whatever you'd like to call
Shadow
them
Government.
is your enemy as well, I don't see why we wouldn't accept the help. We're on our way to meet with another clan that may have some more information as to where the Shadow Government came from.
Delightful.
Where did you come from?
He's probably gonna tell you on a
I
walk.
don't remember what's the name of the village. Can you save me?
I don't know if we ever decided on a specific village.
You told me it was from a culture of people based on the Pokéball thing, right?
Yes. There's a clan, and then in that clan, there's a lot of villages.
Ah, okay. Then I would like to return to this topic a little later, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm asking at the end of the day, did you get that Litwick from around Seishin? Is it a shiny Litwick?
I can kind of lift it again, and it looks like a normal Litwick.
Okay.
Normal to you guys, normal in general, who knows?
Yeah. Right, the accidental shiny Litwicks.
I like to wander around, me and my compatriots. Joan, and then I would like to reference over to a bush, and then out of this bush pops out a Halucha, and my compatriot Nacho, and Halucha kind of runs up next to me.
Props for the name. Okay.
Oh, well, he picked the name. It's his name.
So did Tater Tot. He picked his own name.
Perfect.
It's
Were they eating
Grayson
that
casts a glance at
food
you
when they
and looks
picked the
back.
name? Is that how it was?
Oh, I don't know what nachos are. That's him. He's a nacho.
I see.
And you
tape-
eat
And Tater
nachos?
Tot and Pico.
Got it.
Strange.
This is a fascinating case study. You know what? Let's take them along for the ride.
I was expecting you to put up more of a fight, but I'm perfectly fine with this.
I'm befuddled, honestly, truly.
I mean, based on my interaction with meeting you guys for the first time, I was already convinced that you were high and out of your minds on something. So meeting him, this just seems par for the course at this point.
You met us directly after we traveled through time, to be fair.
Right, yeah, I understand. Travel through time, and you're seeing the.
How are we the crazy ones
taking
now?
over the world.
I was
Have you
worried.
time travel too?
What?
Time travel, right?
Time.
You
time.
and your shadow government, ooga booga. you're all time travelers. A lot, right?
I kind of tighten the hood on the bike. Sure.
Am I the only one here who hasn't time traveled or interdimensionally jumped some way?
I love this. Joseph thinks everyone's crazy. You guys think that Lucky's crazy, and Lucky thinks that Joseph's crazy.
It's the Spider-Man meme.
It's literally the point. So I was going to walk up and ask you why you weren't doing anything to help them. This was a fight. Are you not the town? You're dressed
Well,
like.
you see, I actually am an associate of Professor Sycamore, and I am keeping an eye on these two lunatics here.
Ah, okay. I'm also an associate of a professor.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Who's that?
Professor Dogtree.
I can't say I've met them.
Oh, well, they've got a lot of old records that they leave around the place.
Oh, very interesting.
Yes.
Do they time travel too?
I can't say that they have.
Oh, that's a shame.
But if they did, I'd love to meet them.
That's quite a shame. Maybe someday.
I can share with you some of the notes they've left behind.
Perhaps later. It's been a hell of a day.
Ah, well, of course. We have all the time in the world until the shadow government takes over.
Do we have all the time in the world?
Well, until the shadow government takes over.
Well, then we should probably get a move on. I honestly would rather not be here. Do you have everything that you need?
Ah, yes. I've got Joan and Nacho.
And your pot on your head. Can we use that to cook in, or would you prefer not to?
I'd prefer not.
Fair enough.
It's very handy for when it rains.
He doesn't trust us yet.
He's got really bad bed hair. He
Yeah.
doesn't want you guys to see it.
When it rains, this also helps. It takes my, trusty frying pan into a drying
And for that,
pan.
I'm going to go ahead and throw out Pico and have him use Rain Dance right now. Just like localized on him.
I'm going to hold the pot tighter over my head.
I do
joins
love
in.
sleeping under a
Just
tin
like
roof.
Double
in the
rain
rain.
dance.
Have you sent Pico out around them before? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I think whenever I introduced
Okay.
with everybody,
Oh.
I
Yeah.
introduced Pico and Tater Tot, but
Yeah.
I just kind of toss them out. And I'm just like,
You see the little Pico Lotad just
yeah. His little
as it starts to rain.
his footsteps squish every time.
I think
Oh, it's cute.
I think Mudkip gets really excited and jumps down
They're
and
just
starts.
like dancing in a circle.
He like jumps and bounces off his lily pad.
And then you turn away and you look back and they're both wearing robes now and they're in a cult.
That did not take long.
Mudkip, I told you, you can't recruit random
They're
Pokemon.
friends.
What was the name of the village? Matsuri? No.
The village that you're from?
Well, no, the village that we're
We're in
going
Iki.
to.
Oh,
There is no village name. So the town elder had recommended you guys go north to the mountain nomad tribe.
Got it. Sorry, it's been 2 months. So
no, it's fine. They live in the mountains. There's not really a clan name or anything. So to give everyone a quick refresher of the world, there are 4 separate, actually 5, now that you know about the island. There are 5 separate, governments or civilizations, so to speak.
Does that include the shadow government?
So there's the island that Mugen is from. There is the Matsuri clan and the Dento clan, which are brother and sister clans and kind of the linchpin for a lot of the conflict in recent history. In Honato, there's the settlement, which is from Kalos, and then there's the Nomad tribe, which are the original peoples, like the for the lack of a better comparison, basically like the Native Americans of the land.
Got it.
And through pure memory, I've remembered that I am from a relative of the Matsuri clan.
Oh? Well, that seems useful.
Oh, maybe. Why are we going there?
It's not the Mountain Nomad tribe is not in the Matsuri clan, but
I just started talking to y'all. I don't know what's going on.
We were going to the search out the mountain nomads. We heard that their elders may know more about the shadow government.
So looking at the map real quick, you guys are here. The mountain nomads are off the screen up here somewhere.
Where the mountains are.
Yeah, behind these
I
clouds.
see.
Yeah. Northeast for those of you at home, because you guys can't see me pointing at the screen.
Oh man. what was their name, Sam? What was her name? The one we met traveling.
The bandit?
Yeah.
Sasha?
The Smoke
Smokey.
Bandit. Yeah.
No. Smoke Bandit. That's the one who attacked y'all in episode 1. Then y'all met Sasha, the cat bandit.
The cat, right, that
Yeah.
one. That one. Well, remember, that's where Sasha's going as well. She went supposedly to meet the mountain nomads, or the gods themselves.
Right. There's a lot of moving pieces to this.
God, I love that I'm a note taker. I forgot that. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that section.
It's all in here somewhere.
This is why we have a politician on the team, everyone.
I've only taken one note so far. It's Presnick's dad is Mr. Welber.
Presnick's dad is
Presnick's last name is also Welber.
The hope was to, make a last name that sounded like fun for my character, but could also be like really grudgy and nasty for an adult.
Nice.
You throw Mr. in front of it.
It just sounds like a dot now.
Yeah. President's
I don't
walking. He's gonna start moving.
Are y'all guys just leaving town? You gonna gather supplies first, or you just looking to head straight towards?
There was didn't we earn a voucher for the Pokéball crafting seminar?
Y'all did, so you could become proficient, and one of you could become proficient in Pokéball.
I am interested in that.
Okay.
Because that was something that I was partially hoping to get out of being in that area. So,
yeah.
Are we gonna be staying here an extra night, or are we looking to move out immediately?
I'll tell you guys, it's about noon right now.
Now that his dad's here, Grayson, I'm ready to.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
While we're walking, I want to get Halucha to kind of fan at me so that way I dry off.
From the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to supply up and things, I'll say that you wouldn't be allowed to go to the shop, but if you wanted to go there,
Instead.
it would take an hour to go through the seminar to learn how to put Pokeballs together,
Sure.
get your own little kit. And then if you guys want to go to the shop, you can, or if you guys want to just wait while he does that.
Presnick is waiting on the edge of the forest to the north, just trying to stay out of line of sight.
I'll go to Presnick and just say, look, I know your dad's a dick, but please, man, I got it. I've been waiting to try this out.
No, of course. Take your time. Prepare yourself for the journey. I just think it best that I not run into him again.
That's fair. Understandable.
And as Joseph's jaunts away, I imagine you might hear some tools clinking in his book sack, and for the first time, you're like, oh, he's a guard, but you know.
He's good at other stuff.
Yeah, he's good at other stuff.
I'm not one-dimensional.
Yeah.
People can do two things.
I am not my work.
After that, you are now proficient in the Pokeball tools, and you have a Pokeball kit,
Cool.
as well as 3 red, green, and yellow apricorns.
Okay.
3 of each of those.
Gotcha.
And each long rest, you can make a check to try to make a Pokeball.
And it would cost like 1 apricorn per.
And depending on which one or you can use multiple.
Okay.
You
and
can
try and
use-
go for like a
you could-
higher level
yeah,
ball or something.
like mix them together, whatever.
Cool.
Yeah. And you can even throw items in there. You've learned that in the seminar that recently with the settlement coming in, and you've seen some of the Pokeballs that they've been crafting. They've been experimenting with putting berries in the Pokeball, paste that makes up the hinges and the inner workings, and that has weird effects. Sometimes using an apricorn for the top and the bottom. 2 different colors have, so mix and match, throw items, throw whatever you want.
Gotcha.
As the crazier you try, the harder it's going to be,
Right.
but the higher the reward.
Cool.
Less stuff, the easier.
Sounds good.
Whenever you walk out of the workshop, Lucky is going to walk up to you and just kind of like poke around at like what you learned kind of thing, like have you repeat it back to him.
Right.
Not trying to learn anything,
Yeah.
just trying to like piece together some whatevers and just generally annoy you.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Just generally
I'm like beaming ear to ear right now, and
Just overall.
I can't shut up about it, so I'll just talk your head off the way, like the whole way.
It has the
back.
adverse effect. You're annoyed.
I just have to say, while you guys are shopping, Caleb over here is shopping on Tabletop Beard's website. He's getting some beard butter.
Yeah.
He's trying to look like Mr. Welber
I'm not
over
gonna
here.
lie. I keep forgetting to get another one, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta remember while I'm sitting here thinking about
Got a
it."
promo code.
I did.
So did you want to go
Chaos
shop?
20. Yes. Grayson has a Pokeball addiction and only has 1 left. Hello.
So then if you want Pokeballs, you can follow them to the crafting place. It's kind of like they've got a little like window where you can buy stuff, and then they've got like the back where they make, and that's where the crafting workshop was.
Okay, so the Pokeball shop and like the quote like mart are separate.
They are separate. So you guys were told of Elm's shop, which is everything and all things berries.
Okay.
And then the Craftsman Guild, which is anything and everything Pokeballs.
Would I be able to purchase some Pokeballs on my way out of the seminar?
Yeah, you totally
Okay.
can.
Gotcha.
So the other shop is just berries. It's not.
Just berries.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Pokeball shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll say you can go to both. You, Joseph, I would say, can only really get some
Oh
Pokeballs.
yeah, I'll go to both. I could restock some Oran berries actually. Now that you say that out loud.
Okay. I don't know where there they are. I was like, where do I have the Pokeballs listed?
Bring
Okay.
it.
So we'll do the Pokeballs first. So they've got.
I'll save you a little bit of time. Are there any gimmick Pokeballs?
No. So this is just the hometown of Pokeball. So they just make.
I was
your
like, you
standard,
can just
but they have
start
a
with
lot.
that one.
So they've got a red, your normal Pokeball.
Okay.
They do have a red and blue.
Mhm.
It is red on the top and blue on the bottom. They also have a gray Pokeball and a white topped Pokeball, a green topped Pokeball, yellow, and red, and pink.
I don't know why I didn't change this.
How much
before.
are we talking for these?
Anywhere from 100 to 230.
Not doing too well financially.
You bought eggs last session, so that
Yeah.
makes sense. You guys pulled all your money to buy all those eggs.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool eggs.
So.
And you do have an egg. I forget which one was left for you. I know that there was a fire one, a water one, and I know you have the earth one.
And
But I don't remember which one of you has the fire and which one of you has the water.
I have fire, I believe, because I was trying to round out my
works.
typing.
So the standard Pokeballs are 100, and then how much would it be for the white one?
The white one would be 200.
I was like,
Okay. I will buy 2 normal Pokeballs, and then I'll pick up the white one.
Is the white one a premier
Right.
ball?
No.
Oh.
It's not just like a. They each do something different.
Okay.
And I will say, Joseph, after the seminar, that white one is a light ball.
Mm-hmm.
The lighter the Pokemon is, the easier it is to catch.
Okay, so I'm
So
gonna get
small Pokemon, good for that one.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna get 2 regular ones. They're each 100, you said?
Yep.
Okay. And then let me see. I wrote down red, and blue. I'm gonna get 1 red and blue one. I'm assuming that's a great ball.
It is, and that one is $250. So I lied about the $230. I forgot that one is more expensive.
Okay. No, that's fine. 7, 14 minus. You said 250?
We were dancing.
Okay. I know. I'm trying to hurry.
Also, I know you
No,
guys were
you're
asked,
good.
there were some questions about, where this
1,
concept came from for
two,
the
3,
Pokemon and everything.
4,
Also, the
5,
Pokeball
6.
system and crafting system I created from scratch.
Yeah.
Many sleepless nights. Started the campaign, gave all the players a Pokeball crafting kit. They go, cool.
Yeah, we did kind of do that.
So I'm really happy that we're finally getting into it, but it also
Yeah.
means that I've forgotten a little bit, but it is all homebrew. I thought of a lot of different permutations that you guys could do with a lot of different items, and then there's probably some I haven't thought of.
Yeah.
So I've got just about everything I can think of, and anything outside of that we'll make it happen. We'll homebrew it on the spot if we need to. But I'm excited to see what starts coming of this.
And I'll take the green top one.
I really like
Okay,
that.
the green top one is
It's a nest ball.
No, that is a friend ball, and it is $230.
If we need to finish out the shopping stuff too, we can actually go to break soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. Oh
Okay.
well.
And you wanna do the
We
berries?
can do the berries also.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The berries are pretty basic, but I will give the description of the berry shop first because I also poured a lot of time into
Oh
this
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So you walk up to the berry shop, and unlike the other houses, which are in a lot of large, substantial trees, this one is not really built into a tree, but has for the species large, but a smaller tree compared to the rest, elm tree out front. As there's this elderly man who's piddling around in the large front garden with a little white creature with wings that's floating around him and with a watering can and following behind him and watering plants. Yeah. And I'm assuming you approach and you go in to shop, and that's where we can go to break while we round out the shopping, and we'll be back in
About 10 minutes.
about 10 minutes. Go outside, look at the moon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Break
As
good
we
boy.
usually say, get some water, go to the bathroom.
And use chaos20 at tabletopbeer.com.
Yeah. And you too can look like Mr. Welber.
Oh God. If you want to.
If you want to, or
Yeah.
you can look better.
See you on a bit.
Bye.
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 Terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian at Darkport, Angel Jobert, Paul Tankersley, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Taya, Trent, Memebot 69000, Alice, Frosty Warlock, Victor Diaz, Fated Caliber, A Wild Avia, Jeff, John Galt, Laurie, Kyle Stangby, Brandon McGuire, A Series of Mysterious Runes, Michael Brandenburg, Damo Divan,
Grumble God, Luciana Briasco, Amnesia and me, my crew, Danny Boy, Toxin, Caramel Thunder, Randy McWhirter, Daniel Ortega, Blue Mellow, Andrew Lewis, Bipo Drill Sergeant, Jacqueline Turner, Parallel E, Apox Penguin, Guy, Cameron Dorset, Michael Kramer, Zeiss Ginny, Victor Tedesco, Sammy Percival, Unholy Guardian, Moist Moose, Aaron B, Crow, Horizon, Cellphone, Cursed Wolf 666, One-Eyed Goat 90, Daddy Durr Frosty, Kevin Bellier, Jimmy Bob, Anthony Pace, Will Plays Games, Player Lord, KR08, Rub My Beard, Elmo Rect, Neil Munoz, Stephen Cowan, Flame and Air, Raymond Diaz, Place Filler, LC, Just Riker, Moongoose McQueen, Meta Lisa, Silverlock, Amadeus, Unreal RPM, Robert the Legoman, Henry Lane, Gray Fox, Matthew Moore, Death Stealer, Mickey Nystrom, James, Turtle Lover, Stacy Ransom, Patrick Dillon, Nexo, Josh D, Corbin Dallas, Rob Wodrell, Fun and Games, Bimmer Vibes, X Urin, Admiral Woody, Potato Caster, Craig, Rom Dan, Kenneth Webb, Havoc, Funhouse Ryan, Bryson Weeks, Lord Jin 90, Cheeky Saver, Ace Vincent, Coddle, Raccoon with No Question, Labor Days, Freddy Pixel, Robbie's Revelations, Mike Gayer, Q Man, SolarCon 48, Noiless, Bor Kaldur, Sonic Hog, Jordan Dice, Edward Werewolf Howl, and Beskar 66 Safe.
You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it. Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Owlbear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that?
Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone. And welcome back, especially to our friend Anthony Pace, who rolled a 17 while we were on break. And don't think I forgot, Havoc. I saw you setting up for a D20 in there as well. Let's see what you got.
He got a 17, you said?
Yeah, Anthony got a 17, and Havoc just rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
buddy.
Closer and closer to a nat 20. That's the next one.
How's that work? If they roll a nat 20, we get the nat 20 effect.
Yeah.
Like we could just use an on-demand.
An auto crit, yeah.
Yeah, so it's always best to roll because you might still get a crit on your own and not have to use it, but you can.
But you could just pull it out the pocket. if
You can
need.
pull. We have done that in the main campaign. For
And
epic
the
moments.
dice roller is set up to not roll lower than a 10.
Okay.
Is there an easy way for us to like see what's like stored?
Usually it's on that clipboard over there,
but
but
that's from the main.
Caleb's got it here.
I
Gotcha.
You can always ask him.
Morgan and I usually work together in tandem to keep track.
Cool. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sitting you know how it goes. Let the thought come out first, and then
So after some shopping, at the various places in town, you guys all meet back up on the edge of the forest where I would assume Presnick might even be pacing, kind of waiting for everyone. Maybe you're talking with Zircon. I don't know. But
I don't think I've let Zircon back out
Okay.
since the fight, just because of our proximity to, and after seeing how my father was eyeing him.
yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, so you guys all meet back up, and if you want to, you can begin making your way towards
Making my way.
making your way downtown
To the mountains,
to the mountains.
to the gods, and the.
I would like to look at you and be like, can I borrow one of those machinations?
You mean like the actual Pokéball itself?
Yes, one of the ones that you aren't too fond of.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and slide him a Pokeball, and then like the whole time I'm just talking about like, yeah, and you see here we've got this double valve hinge right here, and this right here, this paste, it's a special binding agent, and it. I'm just like rattling off everything I learned.
When you hand me it, I'm gonna slowly pass it down to Halucha, to Nacho, and Nacho's gonna like, oh,
It's pretty cool, right?
like, okay, just.
Lay some groundwork.
It's quite a fantastic device, and I'm impressed that you're able to work with it. Did I hear the jingle of tools as you wandered off earlier?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed tinkering in my spare time. I'm more of a soldier by trade, but you know, you gotta pay the bills.
Day job to feed the hobby.
Tell me about it.
I understand to some extent.
To some extent.
Well,
President, you're a researcher.
I think we've spent enough time here.
Yeah, let's move.
Let's get going.
You're clearly ready to go. We should.
I have been for quite a while. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm not trying to rush. I just feel the longer that I stay here, the more likely Father is to change his mind.
No, I would agree. We should.
Let's get out of here.
Get as far away from him as possible.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So you guys begin to make your way north through the forest.
Yes.
I
will say I am probably too distracted and in my head to be looking out for any wayward spirits that might lead us astray.
the forest spirits. Lest we forget. Okay. Then Grayson, you're the only one who's really traveled through the forest not by a proper road, unless Lucky, I don't know, would you have traveled through a normal road to get here? Or would you have... I'm assuming Joseph did because you came in with the rest of the settlement.
I imagine I would have, but I don't think I'd have any special whatevers here to help.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm all alone.
So yeah, give me a survival or investigation check.
Investigation.
Okay, yeah. You're keeping an eye out. You remember the warnings. You may have even seen Mugen whenever he left get enveloped by the forest.
Yep.
And you remember being warned that, you know, if you're not careful, you can go into the forest in one area and come out in potentially even a completely different forest from this one. So you're being sure to kind of stay away from anything that may seem out of the ordinary or magical, trying to avoid the forest spirits.
I'll let them all know to don't let anything distract you while we walk through this forest. It's not harmful necessarily, I don't believe, but we could easily be led astray, and time is of the essence right now.
Understood.
2 weeks.
I trust you, Magic Man.
Unless you want to time travel. I don't. We shouldn't. Nothing.
Nothing. Oh.
That's the response to time travel. Just some grunts.
Some wiry grunts.
What time is it?
I would say it's probably about like 2 or 3 o'clock at this point.
Okay, so the sun's still out.
While you guys are like halfway through the forest.
Cool.
If you guys are continuing forward, or you guys looking for anything else? I know you're distracted, but is anybody like
Just kind of taking in the scenery.
Okay, yeah. Give me a perception check.
The only thing that I would be looking for probably is if I would notice any signs of the forest guardian.
And what'd you roll on your check earlier? 15?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say with that, you see some of those similar flowers that it was making
that's what I
earlier.
was figuring.
But you don't see it.
That's fine.
But yeah, you definitely know that it's been around in the forest.
Yeah, I got a 10 perception, so I'm just kind of
Yeah. So
looking around.
You're taking the sights. You see a couple Pokemon here or there. If you want to focus in on any of them, you can. If you're just looking around, but nothing really extensive kind of catches your fancy. Nothing special.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can't think of really anything that I would be looking for.
I just kind of want to turn to Nacho and start talking to him about time travel and if he thinks it's real.
Okay. Does Nacho think time travel is real?
I don't know. He's just saying.
Now let me ask this: does Lucky think that Nacho thinks time travel is real?
Yes.
Convinced he believes
Yes.
in time travel.
President, if we get lost, if he gets, you're taking care of him.
If we get lost, I'm taking care of him.
Yes, and if he gets lost.
My
He's your
responsibility the whole way around.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
same with Kenji.
Fair enough. You know, these guided individuals often have really strong instincts, and I know it's hard to put your trust into that with coming from a place of such logic and reason. But I would challenge you to allow yourself to follow these brave warriors of the sea and of the land.
Guided individuals is one word. That is one way to describe it.
I've watched.
They may call it different names, but we all fight the same evil. For Kenji, it was a sea monster, a sea beast. For Lucky here, it's
The shadow government.
the shadow government.
Right, bad people.
All
Bad people.
all the same people.
No, I understand that. I need you to understand. I have seen two people / Pokemon vice versa transform into each other. I'm pretty open-minded right now, I think. I accepted him into the party pretty easily.
You did. I was impressed by that, and I appreciate that. I was going through some stuff, and you didn't give me a lot of trouble there, and I appreciate it.
You know, I'm
Thank
surprised I've never met your dad as long as we've kind of known each other. You know, excuse me. I know we're young, but he's an ass.
He's a bit more than that.
All the time.
Oh, in front? Yes, absolutely.
In the one day that you've known
Yes,
him.
absolutely.
It's been constant.
I was asking you because you're also off to the side.
Right, right.
Yeah.
No, we're pretty open at least. You know,
Oh, I just thought y'all were like walking in the front, and then we were kind of like, "Hey, what's up?"
no,
Pretty much an open book.
as a
Okay.
diplomat, I've learned to be pretty forthcoming with my opinions of
Honesty
people.
is the best policy.
Okay.
Didn't say that.
Honesty is the best policy sometimes.
Honesty is a policy.
Honesty is a
That's
policy.
my man.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Honesty is a policy.
You sure you're not a politician? Okay.
And this is a tree. And I gesture to a pseudo-Uda.
Is there actually a pseudo there?
There are in this forest, so yeah, there could be one.
I'm gonna walk up to one and just kind of.
Especially the closer you guys get to the mountain area.
I would like to walk up to a pseudo and just kind of investigate it. Does it like respond to me, or is it just pretending to be a tree?
Yeah. Is it Pokemon Crystal style blocking the only pathway out of this forest?
It thinks it's doing a great job of being a tree, and you're just really intrigued by this tree. You said this is a tree, and so it's like, they buy it.
Can I tell that it's a
Oh,
pseudo
yes.
I'd like
Yes.
to just keep walking by like I didn't think anything of it. It's just a tree.
I am interested in a pseudo
I'm gonna before you start engaging it, realizing it's happy that it thinks it's a tree, I'm gonna be like, I'm so tired, you guys. And I'm gonna go like sit underneath it for just like a couple seconds, and then okay.
I'll join you. I'll just like, this is such a nice tree with such beautiful, great shade.
Such shade. It's so nice.
Oh, it's such a nice break from
At
this
night.
long trail.
He slammed the Pokeball against it.
If you're looking at it, it's like, it's blushing, and it's like, I'm fucking rocking this.
Killing it.
Oh, Shadow Pseudo-Ludo.
But it's not moving. It is-
No.
It is standing firm.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like.
It is cold to the touch, though, as you lean up against it, because
Yeah.
it is made of rocks.
Oh, I know.
So it's, yeah.
I'm well aware. I'm gonna lean up against it.
It's pronounced bark.
You say to God.
What how am I gonna approach this? Because I feel like earning its trust and endearing it is. I don't want to just like sneak it in a Pokéball, because then I feel like I'm like.
See, you're having the same issues that we had in the first like 4 sessions,
right?
Where all we did was make friends, and then I was like, nah, kill him.
I'm gonna go ahead and
The dogs in the house would
Roll to see what
remind
you're
you
gonna do.
Yeah.
that peeing on it makes it yours. So.
Yeah. I actually, it has been a while since I've used the bathroom. Grayson, do you mind if I use this tree real quick? I have to.
No, I will completely leave you to your privacy.
I've got to relieve this.
No, I'll leave you to your.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll just step behind the tree and just make sure no one's around, and I'll just take care of my business here.
On the tree?
Does the tree respond?
So anyway, crack team.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna move.
He's just like sitting
So-
there wincing.
And y'all are gossiping about me.
You're right.
What's your? What's a good?
What's your unarmed strike?
Yeah, well, no, because it's not a strength. What's your Constitution modifier?
I rolled a piss.
You're hitting it. What's your Constitution modifier?
Constitution.
How strong
I
is
have
your
a 12
prostate?
Constitution, so I have a +1.
Are we talking more of a water gun
It's
or
a
a
super
hydro pump?
effective.
Like,
So you're gonna do 1 water damage to it,
Okay, that's
which
fine.
is gonna double to 2.
And how does it react?
It noticeably winces a little bit
Oh,
at that, and it's just kind of like he's like, "Don't move, don't break character, don't break character."
Do I notice it wins?
Oh yeah,
Because I'm
definitely.
on to it, but I
Oh,
want to make
definitely.
it think it's winning.
Definitely.
Okay.
So wait, before you do this,
It's winning by you.
you're knowingly peeing on a
Yeah,
sentient
yeah.
creature.
yeah. There's no. Yeah. That's what's happening.
We've taken a welcome to constructive
Can I say
chaos,
outside?
ladies and gentlemen, where all we do daily is construct chaos.
Did that tree just move? I can't. There's no way I'm seeing this right.
You see it like noticeably like kind of stiffen back up a little bit as you say that, like
Him or the tree?
the tree.
So maybe Lucky isn't the only one we should be worried about.
I like to go around to like the front, and I'm facing it, and I'm like getting really close to its face, and I'm like trying to, and my God, this isn't a tree at all. If this wasn't the finest Sudowoodo I have ever seen, I've never seen one pull off such impeccable mimicry. Kudos to you, sir.
oh, I didn't notice. Genuinely,
How
it's
could
quite
you?
impressive.
It's honestly uncanny.
The foliage is quite well presented.
So lush.
So you're calling out that this is.
Oh,
this
yeah.
It's gonna.
With overwhelming
It's gonna
flattery.
Let's see how it. Give me a. Are you trying to persuade it or deceive?
I'm trying to
like,
persuade
you
it.
believe this?
Yeah, I believe
Persuasion check.
Can I assist by getting Lucky and Nacho the Halucha to clap in applause for its performance? Does it help?
Yeah, roll with advantage. Roll your persuasion with advantage.
All right.
What an act!
I have one. Thank God it's advantage.
We have a 17 and a 19
I'll take
in the chat.
I'll take the 17.
Or we also have a +2 and a +7.
Oh, I'll need that 17.
7. Got it.
I'll need that 17.
We have a 19 left still.
And persuasion is a 0, so it's just straight 17.
Yeah, you needed the
Okay.
17.
Yeah.
5
he-
with advantage.
You see, like he's kind of like looking at you guys, and as you guys are making eye contact with it, he slowly lowers his hands, and then he takes a bow. He's like,
I say, well,
"Well,
fine, sir. I have seen many Sudowoodos, but I have never been fooled quite as convincingly
And now that it's
as
moving, you see it
yourself.
like slowly like wiping its leg off on some grass. As he's like,
The grass is a Bonsley.
I pull a rag out of my back pocket and I start wiping it. I am so terrible. I genuinely had no idea.
I'm just curious. He's a rock type, right? So was it super
Yeah,
effective?
Oh yeah.
yeah, you took 2 out instead of the 1.
So I start wiping off. I start wiping off his leg. I am so terribly sorry. How could I ever repay you? I had no idea. I thought you were just the most convincing, beautiful. Listen. Hear me out. I have to pay back this debt somehow. You can't just pee on somebody and not make it up to them. Please, allow me. If you were to come with me, we could strike something out in the future. I will make it well worth your while.
And give me a Pokemon handling check.
Present.
He's rolling really bad. I'll throw that out there. These dice are not doing well today.
I don't think I know what's going on anymore.
That is a.
Maybe we should go back
13.
home and just forget any of this happened.
Go back home when the whole world is at stake.
And he starts to follow you. Yeah.
I'm sure the shade will
have to
just take care of
simply-
these people. I think we'll be okay.
We have to show the world how good you are at what you do.
He'll
Simply
run
the
up ahead of you
finest.
guys and then freeze.
He's doing it again.
And then as you guys are like walking and pass him, he'll stop and he'll run like through the forest around ahead of you guys again and like
Free entertainment.
Where on
in
earth
different
did he
poses
go?
each time. It's very noticeable now that you know what he is. But yeah, he's posing because he wants you guys to see him, but then not recognize him. So he's like in the middle of the road. Or,
I'm doing the like playing peekaboo with a kid.
Yeah.
Like, where'd he go? Oh God!
He like freezes.
he's
I'm
like he's laughing.
I asked him, I'm like, do you? How rude of me. Do you want a Pokeball, or do you prefer to just walk about?
Oh, okay. What'd you roll in your last Pokemon handling
It
check?
was a 13.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to roll another one.
All right.
You got a 19, ready and waiting.
DC's low.
And a 7 and a 2.
Is it 4 low?
You can't know.
Oh yeah,
You can't know. So if you're
I rolled 4.
if you're pushing forward with the 4,
Yeah, if you're solidifying with the 4, that's fine. If you're taking something from the chat, you decide before I tell you whether 4 succeeds or not.
So you either would
Thank
take
you
us
for
plus
putting that
7,
in
which is
table.
11, or 19.
I'll take the plus 7. I'll go with the 11.
You can take the 19.
We
You
won't be
don't
mad.
understand how
I'll take that.
often we
I'll
use
take
these
that.
rolls.
I'll take that
Yeah,
19.
take the 19.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
this
used
moment
it-
brought to you by Havoc. Thank you, Havoc.
Thank you, Havoc.
I used a nat 20 for a history check one time.
You see Pseudo, he pauses, and he kind of looks inquisitive, and so you're like, do you want a Pokeball? And you hold it out to him, and then you realize like maybe he doesn't understand, so you call back one of your Pokemon, and then you send it right back out, and you're like, you're explaining the benefits. and
Right,
you're
I'm
like,
gonna
this
lean
is
in.
great, and you're really
Yeah.
trying to sell it to him, and you're like, then you could travel us with it anywhere. You can show everyone your skills of being a tree. You know, you're really
Think about it. We
Really,
could play some funny pranks, man. We could pull the funniest jokes on people. They'll never know you're not a tree. How they would never be able to tell.
You
I
could
didn't
be
know we had a
trees
bard in
in
the party.
different environments.
he takes a knee with his little stubby leg, so he really doesn't go that much slower. And then he bows ahead. He's like, Pseudo.
I'll go ahead and. Do I have to throw it? Can I just open the Pokeball and see if he'll just go in?
You just bonk
So
him.
I'll just put it on the ground and I'll let him approach.
Yeah, so you bonk him. You're still gonna have to roll because the Pokeball still can fail.
Got
He
it.
is not trying to get out
Yeah.
though. But he is at.
Do I do Pokemon handling to catch too? Is that how that works?
I thought it was a roll.
Wait, he is at D100.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it is.
D100, Okay.
Do you need?
If you have, yeah.
I have that's a 10.
And you're just using a regular Pokeball.
Yeah, just regular. 57.
Okay. I'm actually gonna show you guys this. You needed a 56 or higher.
Shut up! Yeah. Did that happen with my Charmander?
That did also happen with Charmander. That is freaky how often that happens.
Meant to be.
So you put the Pokeball out and you go,
Yep.
whenever you're ready.
Whenever, no
whenever
pressure,
you're ready.
no pressure.
And he kind of nudges it with his little tree branch and then as he gets sucked in. He's not prepared for it. And so it shakes a little bit and you're like, oh crap, maybe he wasn't ready for it. I should have maybe explained it to him better. And you're probably you're panicking and then it just goes and you're like, oh, you got your Sudowoodo. And
Hey.
you only have 2, right?
What, Pokeballs?
The Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah, that's
Yep.
my
So then
third.
he is there, and you've got a third battery that you slot into that Pokeball, and you've got Sudowoodo on your team. I'll add him after
Yeah. I'll just hold the Pokeball.
the session.
and
But
just,
if you want to use him and stuff, just let me know, and I'll tell you what he.
I'm
can
gonna
do.
just talk into the Pokeball and just say I'm never going to pee on you again.
What?
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah, so you put him into the Pokeball, and what'd you say?
I just told him I'm not gonna pee on him anymore.
I would gather that he is probably very thankful for that. That he didn't just pledge his life to someone who's going to pee on him.
Yeah, Brad said Logan would never.
Logan's dead.
There's only Joseph.
There's
now.
only Joseph now. He pees freely.
Oh, you can name him Geoseph.
There it is.
Ooh, it's almost like we just came up with that.
Or you can name him Logan.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
sorry, that's the last suggestion I'm giving.
It'll come to me.
You've got plenty of time.
Yeah, it could also be pee related.
He's just piss boy.
Oh God. Okay. So that is perfect time as you guys are walking with Sudowoodo and you guys are getting through the forest and he's running through ahead. You guys are playing fun with him. Grayson, you're still keeping an eye out to make sure you're on the right path. Eventually, the trees start to thin. And this is probably whenever you take your moment, like, ooh, he's probably about to leave. That's whenever you have your moment with Sudowoodo and you convince him to join your team quite eloquently. Lowering that DC just enough so that you were able to catch him.
Fascinating, truly.
And then before you, as the forest begins to open up, you start to see the landscape change. The grass is no more. There's a lot more dirt and rocks, and you can even see a very large mountain off in the distance. And given the time of day that it is, the way the sun rises in the east, sets in the west.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the sun would be setting to your left, and the way that it hits the mountaintop, it sends this radiant light throughout the rest of the realm. You remember back in your time at Yasai, whenever you saw the map in the Daichi's office, that this was labeled as Glistening Peak, and you gather that might be where it gets its name from, the tallest mountain of the mountain range. And the elder told you that the Nomad camp was at the base of Glistening Peak.
I think we're nearly there.
So,
Grayson, should we let you do the talking?
Well, he would have told you that the base of Glistening, you can see the mountain from where you are because it is quite large, but the base is still a few days more travel in through the mountains, especially because you have to navigate around and through some valleys to get to where you're going. And it is a little bit more difficult travel.
Perhaps we should set up camp in light of the road ahead of us. Get a good night's sleep before we press on.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that works for me.
I know my Pokemon would appreciate it.
Halucha is tired.
And I can handle most of the talking, but I have a feeling that these people will not be super impressed by any
Settlers.
political jargon that I may be able to come up with. They seem to be much more focused on the well-being care of Pokemon and nature itself, which I think you might come in a little bit better in that situation.
What are you trying to sell them?
Oh, nothing.
We're trying to sell them on saving the world and taking down the shadow government.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
You said political, and I was thinking, what's the angle here?
Oh, well, the angle in the end is to actually research and basically, like, what do they call that? Reverse engineer the Pokéball. But that's not for me. I don't care about that.
Reverse engineer the Pokéball. So, like, everything goes into a Pokéball? Or that we have things that hold Pokeballs?
How do we know everything isn't already in a Pokeball?
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but think about that, man.
This is the conversation.
This is the conversation with Delathan. And we were like, are we just voices in your head?
You ever think about that, man?
I think we're living in a Pokeball.
We could be living in a giant Pokeball, man.
I think the important thing is, even if that's true, that we're perfectly happy here.
And this is where you'll come into play talking to the Nomads, President.
You really think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm going to let Zircon back out and Just kind of place a hand on his shiny new dome.
He's got expressions now, baby.
He's not just an eyeball.
He's not just an eyeball. He's got 2 eyeballs and a mouth and a nose.
Maybe
It's so good to meet you, Zarkon. Or re-meet you.
maybe we've turned a corner here. I would certainly like to try if you'd have me, but please feel free to step in if I'm floundering at any point.
Absolutely.
Talking's never
don't
been
worry.
my strong point.
You have no idea.
Flashbacks to you trying to catch every Pokemon in the world and it failing miserably.
Always fails.
You tried to do what you did with Sudowoodo and it didn't work.
I can converse with some intellectuals.
Well, and you're from here originally.
I'm from around.
Well, close enough. Closer than any of us.
It's like talking to, a third cousin, 4th removed.
So a stranger.
Yes.
Well, again, Grayson, I'll remind you, same thing, different words.
Okay.
We trust you, Lucky, is what I'm trying to say.
That's what he's trying to say. Yes. Yes.
I love that Grayson is taking gaslighting as personal growth. He's like, yes, you're right. I should trust the crazy people.
It worked out well with Kenji, so I guess I'll try it. He was
They haven't
a
been
goat. No, you're right.
So you guys are setting up camp or continuing a little further? I mean, the sun is setting, and especially in the mountains, it's going to get darker quicker. Cause
I would definitely vote to set up camp at this point.
Yeah, I'll work with Charmander to start getting a fire going.
Okay.
Nacho and I can start putting up little tent things, and I'll have Joan kind of sit in the middle to give us a little light.
Drowsy can help as well with his psychic abilities.
Okay, yeah, you guys can set up camp in no time. You've got everything you need. I would assume so. Each individual has what they need for camping gear and whatnot.
Oh, there's new moves here. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. And this ability changed a little bit, too.
Sorry, I didn't look at this yet. I just saw the picture and I was like, oh, he's so
a
pretty.
lot of stuff changed.
Period.
I had it. I just copy pasted it over Zircon's stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, who's gonna be taking first watch? I'll say we need 2 or 3. It's up to you guys, but either one would be fine.
I volunteer.
Okay.
Yeah, I could stay up with him. Can I tinker on some Pokeballs in the meantime?
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
So you said with him,
alternate.
are you 2 gonna stay up for the same watch and then
We can do
1 or
shifts.
2?
I'm definitely going to be getting some rest first with how beat up my Pokemon are.
Yeah.
Maybe we should alternate. Why don't I stay up with
Be my
Lucky and you can take a rest.
Sure.
You know, it's been a long day.
Wonderful.
You've used a lot of your charisma rizzing the Sudowoodo, so I'm sure
That's
y'all
one
are both
word.
tired. Yeah.
Yes.
It ain't easy to pee on someone and then have them change their mind about you.
Not a disadvantage in
The
sight?
fact that you were talking him up so much beforehand, and that you sold it to him that you didn't know he was a tree when you peed on him.
Dude, disclaimer for the audience: if someone pees on you, no matter how they talk it up
Don't
later,
ever forgive
don't.
them.
Yeah,
They can't sell you.
don't get
That's
in the
fair.
ball.
Don't get in the ball.
Okay.
So first watch, you 2. I'm
Yep.
gonna have both of you roll. You or whoever your Pokemon is out, 1 per team. You roll a perception check. You can take if, let's say, Litwick has a higher perception than you and Litwick's out. You can use Litwick's modifier, but then you run the risk of Litwick has to convey to you if it sees anything.
How do all of my Pokemon have a higher perception than I do? That's crazy. Okay.
Joan has the highest perception. So
You tend to look inward.
That's
President's got all the philosophical shit tonight.
Okay, Mudkip's
7.
thirsty for blood. I'm gonna use Drowsy.
We are out of D20 rolls.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
7.
11 and 7. Your watch goes largely uninteresting. Nothing of note happens. You might hear some rustling every now and again, but you gather that your fire is keeping things at bay. Lucky, you're probably just like staring up at the stars You're not even really looking at your surroundings. And Grayson, you might be looking a little bit at Lucky, being like, "Thank God I'm awake." And you're like, "Oh wait, I'm also not looking. I'm looking at Lucky."
Wait, I gotta look around.
After my previous revelation about us living in a Pokéball, I'm looking up at the sky for seams.
For like a grid pattern across the
You're
sky.
like, "Where's the line for day and night?"
One of these stars will repeat themselves, I swear.
Looking for Morse code in the stars.
I'm gonna ask. So Drowsy's already out. I'm gonna ask him if he would. Drowsy, do you sense the shade at all?
Ooh. I would say because Drowsy's connected with the shade before. Give me, with advantage, just a wisdom check, wisdom save. Whichever.
Sam, I'll ask you this, since you're technically the GM for this. Can Morgan use her points?
Oh God.
She just redeemed something.
I'll say yes, but you can. I'm limiting it to 2 per session because I know you watch every single session. I have the thing open.
Yeah,
all
but
the
I don't
time.
think. Not that I'm trying to like defend it, but I don't think our points work because whenever you tab out of YouTube, it stops tracking.
She's got 4,000 points. I'm limiting it to 2.
Oh wow, yes. Because see, I only have 470, and I also watch the stream but I go back and forth a lot.
So Justin rolled a 10, Mo rolled an 11, and then Justin rolled again. So
Heck yeah.
Keep it coming, man.
We got 11, we got a 10.
People are trying to help us.
And a
12.
Oh, the chat-
right in order. Guys, keep it going. We'll get to 20 eventually.
The chat is great.
Thank you, guys.
It's better than what
Honestly,
I rolled.
they've saved this session.
Oh,
we
Oh,
have not
absolutely.
been
don't
rolling
even
hot
know.
tonight.
Oh my god.
If it helps, I haven't either, and I can't use their rolls though.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Thank goodness.
13.
Drowsy gets a little bit of a pull towards Joan, but reassures you that like
Yeah, okay.
in the best way Drowsy can, you guys are connected. Drowsy can also kind of telepathically give you its emotions. He doesn't think Joan is a threat, but there might have been some kind of connection in the past, similar to Haunter.
I just imagine him psychically communicating is him like genuinely trying to make a telepathic connection with me, but also doing that whole like he's kind of just like throw.
He's like
trying to like mime it as best he can.
his nose is
Yeah.
wobbling.
Yeah.
Would Joan notice this like subtle little connection?
Oh yeah.
Joan will do the classic anime thing of like the eye down and the tongue out.
No.
Drowsy's like not a threat.
Do they have hands?
They do.
They have hands?
It's like little like melty. Yeah.
Do they really?
They don't have
Tiny
ears,
little
which
nubs.
ties us back.
We're trying to figure out how many Pokemon have ears.
Shockingly few.
I'm thinking,
You're absolutely right.
think of one right now, just off the top of your head.
That have ears.
Pikachu.
Pikachu's got ears, yeah.
Mudkip doesn't even have ears.
Like
Vampy.
doesn't have ears. Vampy has ears.
Vampy,
He does
yeah.
have. He's got good ears.
Hawlucha doesn't have ears.
Charmander
Oh,
doesn't
really?
have ears.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's surprising. I would have thought that the humanoid
Once
thing
you
did.
see it, it's weird. Or once you know it's not there.
You can't unsee it.
Yeah.
I've never. Okay.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah.
We were talking about this while you were fighting your dad.
This is what happens when you realize you're living in a Pokeball. You start to notice some inconsistencies.
There's some issues
Once
here.
the shadow government has gone, they'll get their ears back.
They took
their ears.
New conspiracy.
It's all connected.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, you're unless you guys wanted to talk about anything specific, your watch goes largely. Nothing happens.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think. My bad.
So I was like, what does?
I take over. I'm just like, actually, no.
Yeah, I reject that.
Yeah, it went bad.
And you guys can wake up your compatriots if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll wake up and once again I'll let Zircon out and we'll kind of start watching out. I do probably personally get a little bit distracted just kind of glancing over at Zircon's new form. I've always known him as a Beldam for years.
Yeah.
In our shift change, I will let you know that I tried to see if the Shade's presence was around us, and other than potentially an old fading connection with Potboy over there, with the Litwick, he, it seems we're okay for now. I don't know how far its reach extends.
Well, I'll
You guys are probably the
tread
furthest
carefully,
you've ever been
but
from
Yeah.
Session.
Zircon and I may try to see if we can detect anything ourselves. I don't want to push him too hard, but he seems certainly more apt at detecting energies.
Yeah. Just wake me up quickly if he
Inside.
turns that purple shenanigans again. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay.
I wouldn't attempt this if I didn't feel safe, but I will let you know if it goes terribly, terribly wrong. Rest well.
Hey, Drowsy, use hypnosis.
That's like your NyQuil.
That's so cool.
This is like the third time I've gone to sleep and I've been like, it's been a long day. You
And
gotta-
Drowsy has insomnia, so Drowsy doesn't sleep. So it
Can Drowsy pick the dream that you're going to have? Like, is that a thing?
sure, I'll allow it.
Sure.
Yeah.
What dream do
That
you
would be
think?
fun.
What dream do you think Drowsy gives you?
Tonight, he's probably... So we've been through some shenanigans and he's probably feeling spicy. It's probably a dream about the pseudo-wudo. Yeah, it's probably some weird...
Like it's actually a tree.
There's like, I'm surrounded by like 30 pseudo-wudos at one point, and then it starts raining, but the rain's like not clear for
It's
some
pseudo.
weird reason. It's another color. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is a nightmare.
Blood rain.
That's not what I
You see
meant.
blood, you see blood kip in the sky.
Pseudo-Udo's revenge.
Same
never thought
thing
about
to
that.
both of you guys. Perception check.
Sure.
Again, you can choose if it's your Pokemon or you who's making it.
I think it'll be the Pokemon just because I'm definitely a little bit distracted.
I
at
know
least.
all of them might have a
Yeah.
+2. 0.
I rolled a 6, and I'm gonna just play it as I'm like focusing on trying to figure out how this Pokeball crafting works. So I'm really not paying attention.
I was like, we do have a 10, 11, and
Yeah,
a 12.
No, I'm
you
just-
and-
I'm
you
just
and-
invested.
You and it's Tater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Tater are tinkering, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, look, if you put the electricity here, we can weld these pieces together. And
Yeah. He's like got my wrench like stuck to his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's just rotating, so like he fixes something else like out of
Uh-huh.
your toolbox while he's got this one, and then
Yeah.
he rotates back.
Zircon got an 18.
Dope. Yeah.
And specifically, I'm definitely at some point, maybe after he makes his initial scan, I ask him to see if he can detect any of that dark energy without losing himself to it.
Yeah. Definitely hesitating a little bit, but then maybe feeling a little more confident, looking down at his hands now and like remembering like I am stronger now. Like I maybe I can do this.
He makes eye contact with Drowsy, and Drowsy, while he's putting me, he
Yeah.
goes, bro.
Throws like and Zircon kind of focuses hands in front of him and begins to focus, and kind of unconsciously begins to turn towards Joan. And you see that same kind of purple energy, only it's a little bit lighter. It's not as dark and sinister looking. Begin to kind of circle through Zircon, and you even see it kind of begin to coalesce around his hands and his body, as he kind of then turns a little bit more southeastwardly, and a little bit of that dark energy begins to kind of pull in. But it's very, very faint, very light, as he kind of comes out of it. And he's like, "Zar," and he points over that direction. It's like that's where the evil's coming from.
It's like a compass.
Well done, Zircon.
That's Thaishan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Southeast. Yeah.
More
really-
east than south, and that's
Yeah.
where he was facing it.
I was really impressed by you today. I know that wasn't an easy thing, and regardless of how your form has changed, I want you to know that I've always seen your inner strength. You are brave.
I'm gonna say something, and you tell me whether Zircon would do it or not. He's gonna kind of put his feet in the ground and kind of Zircon, try to be like Metagross and be like he's making fun of him, like he was nothing.
Yeah, I think he would. I think definitely as he's kind of
emoting more.
he's growing out of his shell a little bit. He's got a little bit of a personality now. I like that. Yeah, I think he would have done that.
Yeah.
Shy.
Okay. Yeah. And you've got a headlamp on, and or you're sitting close to the fire. You're tinkering.
Yeah, I want to see. I have a red and a yellow apricorn, and I want to see if I can fuse the two together somehow.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Let me pull up the wild magic table.
Do you think it's weird for Matang to suddenly have elbows?
I think his elbows are
They're Beldum.
Beldum.
Oh, right, but he was a Beldum before, so
Yeah,
now he just has elbows.
Yeah.
You don't think that's
Right, if you didn't have
Right.
elbows, getting used to them, you'd be bumping them on stuff.
So
probably
what happened to the Beldum then?
Where'd the
What?
other one
They're
come
in there. There's two Beldums connected.
And then a Metagross is two Metangs connected because they've got 4 legs. They've also got more brains. That's why they get more smart.
Oh my god, I'm
More
using
smart.
one.
No, really. That's in the
like
Pokedex, Metagross is supposed to have a supercomputer level.
Yeah.
And it's
Core
because
processing.
because he literally
He's a quad core at that
Yeah,
point.
literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna try to fuse the red and the yellow together. Okay.
McDonald's?
Roll me a sleight of hand
A Ronald
using the Pokemon handling tools, which I believe give you +3.
It
Good for
says
catching
plus
Pokemon named
proficiency once proficient. So am I proficient?
Advantage.
You are
Master
proficient, so it's
Mod.
gonna add your proficiency. Yeah.
So it's
that's what it is.
+3 plus proficiency?
No, just your proficiency.
Just plus proficiency.
Just plus
Okay.
proficiency.
If you find a Grimer, it's basically a Master Ball.
Plus your sleight of hand, bonus.
Again, we have a 10, an 11, and a 12. And a +2.
Yeah, we do.
I will take the 11.
Mm-hmm.
That is plus.
Thank you, Tides of Mo.
So that's a 16 overall.
Okay. Yeah, after a night of tinkering, you maybe even wipe your eyes a couple times because you're looking at these fine details. And you're trying to craft these together, and you were shown how to use one apricorn, and you were told that you could use 2, and you find that using 2 is actually a little bit more difficult than you would have thought. But Tater even kind of helps you out and adjust some of the pieces and helps you figure out how to fit them together appropriately. And you are left with a Pokeball that you get to name. It has not been crafted yet.
What does it do? Do I have
And
any
I'll tell
idea?
you, any Pokemon that's in it gets an additional 10 feet of movement applied to all of its movement speeds. So if it has a flying speed, hovering speed, or whatever, it gets +10 to that. If it has a regular movement speed, +10.
Oh, that's cool.
On top of the fact that it does have an increased catch rate than a normal Pokeball.
Mm-hmm. Since
And a normal fastball.
since I
which is
couldn't
what
have
a
done
yellow
it
would normally
without
make.
my buddy, this is going to be the Tater Ball.
The Tater Ball.
Mm-hmm.
The green and yellow Tater Ball.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
You say that out loud while Grayson's asleep, and you see him kind of turn a little bit. Grayson has an addiction for gimmicky Pokeballs.
So what exactly? +10 to their movement
Mm-hmm.
and also increased catch rate?
Just an increased
Yep.
catch rate over a regular fastball, which is what the base yellow is.
Resnick would eventually kind of wander over and maybe just watch what you're tinkering.
And you can swap Pokemon's Pokeballs.
Oh, okay,
Over-
cool. That's
Yeah.
what I was wondering. Yeah,
you can
okay.
do that. So you can use it to catch something, or you can just be like, this gives plus speed. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Go in here now.
Yeah.
And you learned all this from that short seminar.
Yeah, it was a hell of a class, man.
Really impressive that you picked up on so much. I think there are many people that would researched this for a number of years and not become so proficient.
I know.
Well done.
I know it.
I'm good.
If you're ever interested in branching out further after all this is over, I'd be happy to put in a word for you to study at the lab with Sycamore.
You serious?
And
about
your
this?
keep more than just a guard.
Guard work. It ain't it. The pay's not great.
I can certainly understand. I've never found the appeal in it.
I'll definitely take you up on that once this end of the world time travel nonsense is over.
And you know, if that all comes to fruition, then don't worry about it.
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow, yep.
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow, red and yellow.
I used green and yellow, so it's a red and yellow tater ball.
You know what it is.
D's.
It's a grimace ball.
You want to catch a Goldango? It's basically French fries. It's, Yeah, for sure. Grimer, Master Ball. Yeah.
Vanillish?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's good.
It wouldn't work on vanilla.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It's always broken.
Broken, yeah.
Guys are goofy. Have any
Yeah.
Pokemon?
Have any what Pokemon?
Burger Pokemon?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miltank.
Surprisingly not.
Pre-burger.
No, you did not just say that.
They're not burgers yet.
We did establish that, you know. Anyway.
It's a pre-burger.
Anyway.
It's a
So you guys-
pre-burger state.
Pre-burger, yeah.
You guys wake up.
It evolves into
You guys can hit the long rest button. I know not many of you took damage. I know you took a lot of damage.
Oh, I took some damage.
That
dude.
long
Like
rest
you
button
did.
for sure.
Like it is.
Oh,
You
look at that
can't
beautiful long rest
Gamer,
button.
usually. Yeah.
I don't
Look
think I
at
need it, but I'm
you.
gonna hit
Oh,
it
this is
anyway.
so cool. Everyone, in the chat, just a round of applause for our GM Sam, who has built an entire array of Excel spreadsheet stuff.
I know, I'm tired. I'm scared.
I know it's piggybacked off of Boarding Party.
Don't
I
touch
don't wanna-
anything
Boarding
that
Party.
I'm
has a
scared
formula
to
in it.
edit anything.
Don't. If it has a formula in it, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Sam puts
It's
a lot of
amazing.
work into this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he'll message us outside of things, like preparing for sessions and helping us get everything together. But you put a lot of work in.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys.
He messages you guys? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, he never talks to me. What the hell?
What?
It's okay. It took me 3 years to add him on Discord.
It did. But yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. And yeah, the Boarding Party gave me the base sheets, and I've done some editing and with some guidance from them. But yeah, it was very helpful.
Sam used the big brains.
I did, and I added the long rest button. I was really happy when I figured out you can just code straight into Google Sheets, and I was like, oh, a whole new world. But yeah, so you guys are now awake. You've got mountainous terrain ahead of you. If you have more than 3 Pokemon, this is at a time that you can swap out some if you would like, or you can keep your normal team. But,
Keep the same. Somehow I feel like Shuckle's still just not going to do very much.
I know. I almost want to swap out. No, I'm not.
How many batteries do we have each? 3?
3.
Each? Okay, cool.
So you got a Pseudo
I
Widow.
got
over
my-
there.
That's how I
My
limit the
core
Pokeballs,
team.
like, because you've got all your Pokemon. They've got all their Pokemon on them at all times. There's no PC or
I know. I have a
What
power
are-
cell in my inventory, but I don't know
What
where
are
it came
batteries?
They're like
think
small
anyone knows how they
portable
work.
power sources that allow each Pokeball to function. I take out one of the ones that doesn't have a battery in it that has Shuckle. Currently, it takes some time to swap out, but currently my Pokemon can't be released from this ball because it lacks the proper power source.
So it's like a prison.
No,
It
it's...
can be released maybe if you break the Pokeball.
Oh, period.
That's what you guys
Okay.
lack.
It's
But
like
it's-
a
could be
little
harmful to
home.
the Pokemon inside.
No, I just went to a really
see.
dark place. I was like, what if somebody just like drops a Pokeball that has a Pokemon without a battery, and they're just like,
Oh.
Oh, and it breaks?
no.
Oh, they just
Like they
leave
just
it.
lose a Pokeball that has a Pokemon in it without a battery.
They're
Over
just
time, it
in
would
limbo.
deteriorate, break,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they could get out.
Imagine the grudge that.
Why not just let them wander free?
Have you seen how slowly a Shuckle moves?
Why not just carry it?
It's not a terrible
Shuckles weigh a
idea.
lot.
You put drowsy on your head, and then we'll have that discussion.
It's got legs. He can walk.
Right, and that's what they do.
Halucha carries his weight.
I thought you were about to say how Lucha carries me.
I turn over to Nacho, and Nacho's like, Halucha. I think I gave him a deeper, like, Halucha.
Yeah.
He inflects his voice deeper.
Yeah. He's like,
Halucha. After seeing Zircon.
Yeah.
I go straight from, like, nasal to, like, chest talking. Yeah. It takes a while to travel.
Halucha Libre.
Halucha.
Is there like a clear path in the mountains to lead us to like the base camp?
Give me a perception check or survival. I'll let you pick. I will say though, there's not like a clearly defined path because there's not any grass or anything for there to be a well-worn path. So it'll be kind of difficult to figure out where to go.
It's
well, like if there's a natural path or a well-traveled path.
It's okay. I'm gonna know the path like nobody's business. It's a nat 20.
Oh, I thought that was a bad face.
No, it's an annoyed face because I could use that.
That would have been nice on any other check.
No, like I said, so there's no there's not any really grass or vegetation. Once you get into the mountain, it dies out pretty quick from the forest, and it's kind of surprising to see how this vast, lush forest can give way to such a desolate, mountainous terrain.
Yeah.
But you're able to actually see, while there's not grass, you're like, but there is fine dirt, which means people have walked and stomped and made dirt from the rocks. That's where we should travel, and you're able to map the path. Very, you see all the stars align, and you're if we are in a Pokéball, I'm finding the edge of it.
This is the dirt. Path we must travel.
Yeah.
You ever think we can't get out because there's no battery?
I just woke up.
Just stew on that.
You see Grayson kind of.
Can you see the seams, Grayson?
From what you've told me, you've been through weirder things.
I don't know what y'all are
Anything is
talking about.
possible
Time
right
travel
now.
is normal.
The first boss is the shadow government. The second is God.
The dungeon master.
So you guys start walking. I'll say it's probably going to be another day and a half to 2 days, especially given your nat 20 survival check. That can guide you guys through very easily. If you guys want to look for anything over those couple days, if you want to actually take the long rest, and if you have anything else you want to talk about, if you want to make another Pokeball, we can run through
I don't have
that.
any more supplies.
Okay.
That was all I had. I was banking on that working.
Oh, really? You have 3 of each apricorn.
Oh, it said 1 of each in my sheet.
Oh, no, I think he gave you
I gave you 3
from the
more.
workshop.
Yeah, I gave you 3
more of each.
Oh, okay. I'll make a note of that.
Yep.
I would say that I'd probably at least be keeping an eye out for any unusual
I see that,
Pokemon,
yeah,
just to
yeah.
maybe not to try and capture anything, but just to understand the lay of the land here and understand what threats we may
What threats me way?
24.
me way.
Still figuring it out. I just
What
got it,
threats me
last
way?
week.
Yeah. So go ahead, Alex. Presnick, because I know we have 2 Alexes here. Go ahead and roll me a.
Oh, he's Logan.
Go ahead and roll me a D6.
D6. Okay. What do you think I rolled?
I'll say 4.
It's a 3. You were
That
wrong.
was close. So
We
as you're
win.
walking through, you're looking around. You see a couple things scurrying off, but they're kind of in the distance. And despite there not being a lot of vegetation or trees, they're doing well to kind of hide themselves and blend into the natural environment. But you see a boulder on the side of a cliff face that you're walking kind of shift as some rocks tumble down, and it draws your eyes up to it. And you see this thing let go with one hand from the wall, and it's got 2 other ones on this side and 2 other ones on this side still clinging onto the wall, as it kind of stretches across and grabs the wall back with these 2 arms, and then spins back around as you see its face for a second as it's repositioning itself.
It's a large creature.
And it looks like a big rock.
Do we all see this or only Presnick?
I would point it out to you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After you pointed that out, I go, who's that Pokemon?
I believe it's a Graveler. Aptly named. You'll have to forgive early Pokemon researchers. They were not very creative in their naming conventions.
I mean, they could have just named it Boulder.
I've seen notes of this Graveler, but they never looked like this. They had different bits.
I don't know why you're looking at me. He's the one who said it has different bits.
Can you describe these bits?
No.
Understood.
I'll try to find it in my notes for later.
If you need a refresher, I can tell you. But if that was also part of character, that's fine.
I choose not to think of it.
At the very least, we should mind our footing. I would hate to step on one of those and anger it.
It's at this point that you also see a bunch of smaller ones hanging on.
Dude.
Yeah. with their two hands. Some of them maybe even hanging on with one hand as they're sleeping, and then catch themselves and grab back on with the other hand on this cliff face.
That is a bunch of Pokemon I do not want to fight.
I certainly would prefer not to. I believe those ones are called Geoziphs.
Ooh. That's an interesting name. I very much enjoy that.
So, the Geoziphs must evolve into the Gravelers.
I believe so. They go from being dudes to being much larger dudes.
You know, I understand why you research Pokemon. It's truly a fascinating subject.
It's a lot of fun, to say the least.
It's definitely different, you know?
Is it true that they become a third thing that looks nothing like the other two?
Not that I've seen, but perhaps.
Are you hallucinating?
Could be.
It's at this point with your survival check, following the path. We'll say it's probably the second day of travel. As you guys are walking through, you come across a bone on the side of the road.
How big? Small bone. Little bone. Does it look like a human bone?
Give me a medicine check.
I think Alex knows what this is, but that's low. That's extremely low. That is 4.
Could I scoot in and offer to give a little assistance? Like, I'll open up a little patch, like satchel. Here's a duster that I sometimes use for cleaning. You're a researcher, right? Would you like to get a closer look?
Absolutely. And I grab it and start dusting it off. To
And
see
what was
if
your
I can
medicine
get
check again?
4.
Yeah, you can roll it. Sorry.
Do you need
you can roll it
anything
again.
from
Now it's a 17.
Take it.
That duster did a lot of work.
You've got to get the dirt off.
You
before
gather that this is actually made from rock. This bone. It's not actually made of any natural thing. It looks white. It looks like a regular bone, but as you're dusting it off, you notice that it's scratched and chipped at some points, and where you would expect to see like the inner bone marrow, you don't. And it's even sharpened to a point on the other end, which
as I do this, and after having seen other rock-based Pokemon, I'm gonna like start kind of looking around and see if I can find any creature that this might belong to.
yeah, perception check.
Can I have my duster back?
I'm still using it.
Oh, damn it.
I might need it to defend myself.
It's his now.
You just wax him with a duster.
I'll have to stop lending things to people.
Your loss. 9. I'll give it back.
Oh, thank you.
You don't see any other such structures or creatures or anything else. You just have this little bone.
I think I'm gonna leave it where it is. I would hate to take something that was not mine, and if God forbid if this was the remains of some Pokemon, I would hate to disturb its final resting place.
I would say with your medicine check, you know that like, while rock type Pokemon have like a more mineral based inner working, they don't have traditional like bone shapes like this. None that you've researched and especially being familiar with like Gravelers and things.
In that case, I'll pick it up, but I'm not going to put it like in my bag or anything. I'm going to carry it out in case I find whatever it belongs to and I can return it.
Yeah. So you guys are continuing on?
Yeah.
I'd like to turn to President. What's your hypothesis?
I believe that this isn't actually the remains of a Pokemon. I think this might be some sort of a tool either fashioned by a human or possibly even some apparatus used by Pokemon species I haven't come to know yet.
Are you suggesting a Pokemon that uses tools?
Would it be the strangest thing you've seen from a Pokemon?
Not really. I kind of pull back the Pokeball that I gave Nacho earlier, and then I toss it back to Joseph. I'm like, it's not the strangest thing.
A space distorting tool is certainly up there.
Well, yes. But just curious if you had come across anything that, I don't know, any ideas on what this was.
Can I maybe do like a...
I'll say you can use your research tools to do a history check.
Okay.
Dude, I feel
So I add...
You can look through your research notes basically to see. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You would add.
That's a 25. Ooh. 19 plus 6.
You're flipping through your notes, and then you come across
More like Professor.
a page in the C section, and you go, "Why didn't I remember this? Oh my God! Cubones. It's in their name. They use rocks that have been fashioned to look like bones. I don't care if that's not what the Pokedex says. I think it's stupid that a species would be able to survive by wearing the head of its dead mother. It would never live.
Just wait.
You could only have one Cubone for every mother, and then sometimes you may not ever get a Cubone for a mother, and the species would die out.
Hot
So
takes with
the bones
Sam.
are made of rocks.
These creatures
Fair enough.
glow and shapeshift into bigger versions of themselves.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think it's okay.
I'm just saying that for people at home who are like,
No, I
well,
know.
actually, it's the bones of its mother.
Because that's what I was wondering, because that's what
I
I
don't like that
initially thought was a cute
Yeah, that's
bone.
fair.
I think it's interesting for the lore, but then you really think
Yeah.
the species would be dead.
Right, by that logic,
It's like-
one Cubone is made from one Marowak. One Marowak cannot have multiple children.
Yeah, exactly.
As I complete my brain blast, I just remembered I was looking under Q in my notes and didn't see anything. It was under C. Cubones use these. They're fashioned from rocks to use as
Interesting.
tools and weapons. So be on the lookout for. I don't know if you've seen one before. They're little brown creatures. They wear a skull-like rock atop their head to protect their fragile little noggins.
Okay. Are you sure you're a Pokemon researcher and not a Pokemon detective?
Perhaps I should look for a new line of work after all this is over. Then
That's a good idea.
would you be my Watson?
Who's that?
Who is that? I've never met a Watson.
That's a gym leader.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
In the Hoenn region.
What's a gym leader?
It's a person
They don't
that.
exist yet.
Yeah.
Well, you don't remember we fought in the karate gym when we first arrived, the dojo.
Oh.
Again, same words, different thing.
Right. Got
Different words, same thing.
it. Okay.
Things can be two things.
It's at this point that you're pondering the existence of gym leaders and this tier structure of traveling around and collecting these memorabilia from the gym leaders to then prove that you're good at doing something so that you can then fight better, stronger gym leaders that aren't gym leaders.
Well, you delve a bit too far into your thoughts, and all of a sudden, all the Pokemon have assault rifles. You're like, no, not that.
and
That's
there's
something
towers,
else.
and they're riding them. And,
But do they have ears? Right. That's what I want to know.
With ears.
A crazy
Yeah.
thought just
but
occurred
yes,
to
with
me.
their human ears.
Maybe we should.
Oh God.
Weird.
We're all on an adventure together, and we're going to defeat the shadow government.
The shadow government.
Right. We should call ourselves the Elite Four. I know we've already talked about it.
Y'all were named the Elite Four with a different set of two. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll be the Elite Four 2.
Sounds pretty cool.
Elite Four 2. The Elite 42.
The answer to everything.
Wouldn't that make us the Elite 8?
Nah, that doesn't.
No, we'll just keep it at 4.
That doesn't.
Simple, elite, we're wonderful.
Maybe it's the Elite 16.
No.
It depends on where the 2 is.
Drowsy, use hypnosis.
It's a little math joke for you guys.
If I Drowsy use it on me, pass out, and Nacho just starts dragging me along.
Drowsy, help Nacho. We can wake him up in a couple minutes.
In your sleep. Okay, yeah, and it's with this, after some conversing and some revelations of the world around you, taking in the sights but not spending too much time knowing that you have places to be, people to see, and the world to save. You crest over the top of this large canyon, and down below you see a bunch of huts and tents and people walking around, some very not necessarily makeshift housing, but more temporary, easy to tear down and move, migrate with the seasons.
Nomadic, you would say.
Yeah.
I believe these are the people we came in search of.
That's
How should I approach this? Do I make my presence known? Do I sneak up? Just point me in the right direction, and I'll handle it as we discussed.
I think we probably just walk into camp.
People don't like being sneaked up on. typically.
Yeah, right.
But if they're like nomadic, maybe they're secretive. Maybe they
Maybe they
they'll-
think it's cool.
Yeah.
They think it's cool how sneaky you are.
Maybe we find someone on the edge and ask them.
Once again, an out of the box thinker. I love it. I'm gonna let Zircon out, and I'll begin approaching, and I'll tell Zircon to wave the entire time.
Like the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
He hasn't quite figured it out yet. Yeah.
Grayson will just.
You guys
Come on,
approach
Kip.
some people in town, or in the little settlement, kind of stop and are kind of giving you sideways glances and whispering to
Use
each
both
other.
arms. Both arms.
And you see one little kid kind of like sprint off to one of the larger tents. As you guys make your way in town, do you say anything, or you just
I'll also throw out Sudowoodo, and he can do his little. He's just doing like a little dance.
A tree in the middle of the mountain.
Hello.
he starts sweating, he's looking around, and he thinks to himself, he's like, this will be the greatest heist yet. No trees, yet I am here.
You're doing great, buddy.
He glistened.
Hello, good nomadic people. I am Presnick, and I am sent to ask for aid in the saving of the world. And as I complete the sentence, you guys see Zircon stop waving and just put a hand over his...
Hear Grayson walk up as he's walking up behind. Anyway, sorry, friends. Grayson Doodledorf here. Who is the leader of your group by chance, if we could speak to them?
I would like to chime in right after that. Bring us to your leader.
You see this large man step forth out of this tent.
With a long white mustache.
The big tent, no. The big tent with tattoos all across his body, but it's actually up his arms. There's dragons like snaking up each arm that end in these big dragon maws on his chest. He's got no shirt on, and he steps out, very dark complexion. That'd be me. Who's asking? This Doodledorf?
Doodledorf. Grayson Doodledorf. And nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well.
We don't do that here?
I don't know what that is.
Handshake. It's, and I turn over to Presnick and
It's customary.
Shake his hand.
Oh,
It's a
I'll just step up and be
greeting.
like, look, I understand. They seem very strange, but don't worry. They're time travelers, you see.
How would you?
Here,
Eh,
we greet as such, and he puts a fist to his chest.
Oh.
That seems barbaric. Well, nice to meet you.
Yes. I have his name, and I have
That might be the
forgotten
part you don't say out loud.
it. That's very barbaric.
I think Lucky and Nacho would also do the like.
Grayson's political side is slowly slipping as time moves on.
It's
He's like, I don't even know what's happening anymore in this
you're
world.
being
Like,
slowly worn down by all the crazies.
yeah.
Nice to meet you. I am Kavan, the chief.
Come on.
And this is my partner as he gestures to this giant green and red, like scaly dragon.
Yeah.
Rayquaza.
It's got feet and arms.
It's like, oh wow.
Rayquaza. No.
Can I do a perception check at the village around us rather than like focusing on the?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what you see.
Arms, green and
I got a 2.
You got 2. You
don't
look
know
around,
why
you
I'm
see people, you see
struggling so
Pokemon. I would say even with the 2, quite fittingly, you can tell that everyone kind of is in pairs. Everyone's got, it's them, and standing either next to them, behind them, or just in front of them is a Pokemon.
Okay.
Is it a Dracopult?
I think it's a Tyranitar.
Who's
It also
that
might be blue.
Pokemon?
I'm struggling to remember.
Oh.
Nope.
Not if
Now
it's
I'm
blue.
lost. Does it have ears?
Now we're asking the important
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
question.
blue and red. Yeah, it's blue and red.
Does it have ears?
Scaly blue and
Salamence.
red dragon.
Salamence?
No.
No.
It's got a lot of spikes.
Oh, Dredagon.
Dragon.
Yeah. We got there.
Sorry,
we got
I said
there,
green.
chat.
It's kind of like a bluish green, but it's blue and red.
I was like, Tyranitar? Okay. Period.
It doesn't have ears.
It doesn't have ears.
No.
There might in those spikes.
So, go ahead, Preston.
I hate to jump right into business. We traveled a long way to get here, and time is of the essence. What do you know of the shadow government?
We don't know of any government here. We are.
The Shade. Sorry.
The entity known as the Shade.
They go by many names.
Yes, I have heard of it. We call it the Great Darkness.
That's an apt name. Are you aware that this great darkness is pressing down upon us again as we speak?
We've felt rumblings, but nothing that worries us.
We should all be very worried. Perhaps you've not sensed it from up here in the mountains where you have such stable footing. The rumblings may not be as strong here. I'm not sure. I'm not a seismologist, but we have seen it. We have seen its effect on those in the Matsuri clan. It's spreading rapidly.
How would
On the Dinto clan.
The Dinto clan.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Thank you. I'll leave the rest to
how
us.
have you felt?
Dinto and Matsuri did not heed our words in the past and have wrought this upon themselves. Why should we help?
Well, because if you felt the rumblings for it, you know that it's not just going to stop with the clans. It cares not about physical boundaries.
You form a
we have-
symbiotic circle.
But
You
we
must know
have
this.
the great Serpent King to protect us.
Serpent
We know
King.
not fear from this puny children's tale.
Weird question. Did a lady come through here recently and maybe stopped and spoke with you? Maybe looked feline, went by the name Sasha.
No one by the name Sasha, no.
But a female traveler?
Yes.
And did you have conversations with them?
Well, they were once part of our clan. They escaped to your lands and have now came back on their way to the Great Ruins to the east. I said ruins weird, but it's just ruins.
Do you not understand?
It's at this point that you'll notice, because I forgot to describe it, as always. His eyes are of a deep blue. Very similar, while not quite the same as the blue and gold of the Smoke Bandit. But given your line of questioning and asking about a female traveler.
So,
And all of them have these vibrant blue eyes.
Okay.
if you disapprove of what the clans have done, not heeding your words in the past, do you not recognize that so many of them were not around in that time and may be innocent descendants of the people that wronged you or could not be swayed to listen?
They are a stubborn people.
Aren't we all?
Yes. But we know where to not, how you say, destroy the world, cause a ruckus,
I mean, you
to
definitely-
heed warnings of those who know better, of our elders, either to this land or to our people.
And so they're tied to the fate of their ancestors by no will of their own. And you would just allow them to perish out of a...
I ask,
Petty
why are their
stubbornness?
leaders not here asking for help from Kavan?
They have their hands full.
Well, and beyond that, if you are feeling the rumblings of this shade and expecting it to just acknowledge physical boundaries of the clans, excuse me, but I would call you ignorant.
Those are bold words, little man.
He did say to excuse him.
I do not mean them without reason. I do not mean them to cause anger or frustration. But I think there's a couple puzzle pieces that are missing. Are you not worried about the female from the clan going mess with your protector?
Protector is up there, and he points to the top of Glistening Peak.
Yeah.
She went to ruins. He pointed to the
East.
east. Yeah.
But you don't think that with the shade and her showing back up after escaping, there's no correlation?
We as a people, allow me to educate. We as a people go through a rite of passage when we reach a certain age. We travel to the top of the mountain, and our protectors grant us with gifts, these tattoos and powers. As you see his tattoo begin to glow as these dark purplish, not like the shade, but more like purplish and with yellow tints and striking through it, claws begin to extend from his fingers as he turns to the side and sees a rock and then just smashes it into the ground, into nothingness. And then it fades away.
You hear...
Not joking, dude.
as the Drudagon roars behind him, and
response.
similarly his claws kind of glow in that same way as his do.
Nacho can't do
And
that.
she
No.
she climbed to the top and was given the most sacred gift, sight. She knows more than all. She should be chief, but she was given a different mission.
What
And that-
was that? Sorry, person.
It is not of my place to know, only to aid.
And what is the significance of these ruins? What might we find there if we were to continue our travels?
Well, and who gave her the mission if not you, the chief?
Our protectors, in her rite of passage. There are only two people, two beings, who know the answer to your questions. Her and them. Although your people, I'm assuming you guys are still dressed as Dento clan members.
Oh yeah.
You're not, right?
No,
You're dressed as a...
actually have Yasai ninja clothes on.
Well, I mean, that's yes.
Oh, yeah, right. My bad. Yeah.
Your people and wherever you are from are not in good favor with them. They have abandoned those people.
I personally am not.
So you
from
may
here.
not get answers from them, but you can go and ask. We will not stop you.
You would allow us passage.
It is very difficult. We
Well, I
will
think
allow you
you-
passage, but we will not help.
I thank you for the opportunity to prove our strength. I know it's strange to just accept outsiders into your town, and judging by your history with the Dento and Matsuri clans, I'm sure it's harder still.
We have no ill will. We just find them as how would you say, a lost Mareep.
And yet, would a shepherd not tend to his flock?
The
Would
shepherds have
indeed.
abandoned them. They have tried. We are also Mareep, not lost.
And I once heard a saying that all it takes for evil to thrive is for good men to do nothing.
In my tribe, they say always be a Pyroar, never a Mareep.
Yes, you must attack when needed. But you must also listen when those who know better tell you.
It's called being alpha.
A term amongst lichen rocks.
If you wish to stay here for the night, it is getting dark. We can help find a spot for you and your equipment. And you are more than welcome to stay. Like I said, we do not hold any ill will. It just is a lost cause. If they do not help, we see no point in helping.
Whatever aid you are willing to offer, we are glad to accept. I hope to one day change your views on the outside world, but I understand we have different points of view, different upbringings, and different values. So, thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate.
Drazad
Yeah, it
out
came
for a
out.
second.
I was deep in thought a second ago. I appreciate you letting us stay. I appreciate you letting us stay.
Of course. I must go. It is nice to meet you all. And if you do travel up to the mountain, and I do not see you before you do, good luck. I do not wish death, but I also do not wish the death of my own people more. If the powers that be do not see fit to help, we will not help.
If it makes you feel any better, his name is Lucky. We'll be fine.
You're going to need it, as well as skill. Is one of you named Skill?
Unfortunately not.
It's my middle name.
I'm not gonna even make you roll a deception. He doesn't care.
It's like, good, you have both then. Well, with that, I will leave you to it. I have some things to attend to. Should you need me, I will be in my tent. You can send for me.
And he was gonna go back in with his drumming on.
As soon as it goes back in, I'm gonna look over at President. I'm gonna be like, I do not. So why, if the world is ending, do people need something to tell them to do something about it or help? We have traveled to a strange settlement and just got lost in the sauce here.
I think that
I couldn't think of a better way to say it.
these deep instilled prejudices are ingrained in the minds of these people. Just as my father thinks that the clans are savage and uncivilized, I feel that these people may have a incorrect outlook as well, and that takes time to mend, if it can be mended.
I feel like when you, Presnick, when you go somewhere, things or people keep asking you to prove yourself. Why does this keep coming up for you?
Well, I am relatively young. Perhaps that's some of it. I'm kind of scrawny.
His traveling compatriot's last name is Doodledorf.
Doodledorf.
Mhm.
But middle name, Skill.
Sure.
Skill Doodledorf.
And it's with that that we're gonna
It's canon now.
As you guys set up camp and ponder these thoughts on why do these people not trust? Why are they so quick to enact whenever
Led the world
these
in.
random people just wandered into their town saying that the world is gonna end? Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll find out next time in the Pokemon campaign.
Yeah. Quick
In the Legends of Honato.
thank you to our sponsors, Tabletop Beard. If you guys are interested in having a beautiful, well-maintained beard, go check out their website. It's in the description below, and you can get 20% off with code CHAOS20. If you have an appetite for more D&D, go check out our friends at Darkport up there. I keep trying to reach further up, but it's here. They run a amazing stream over there. Many of them have been in the chat tonight, which reminds me, thank you so much, Justinian at Darkport and Grim Reaper for donating memberships to our new members of the Chaos crew. Thank you, Anthony Pace. Thank you, Grim Reaper. Thank you, Tides of Mo. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, everyone who rolled and helped us out tonight. It was wonderful to see you. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.